discussion. Spoon television. Spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moravia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. To spoon. To spoon. You from Vonjema, Maryland, to spoon. To spoon. If you eat kepan, gradually, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. To spoon. You wanna get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah! Rastafari. Kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you bought today?
Spoon TV.
Yes, what you bought today?
Spoon TV. Spoon
Bada. Skidibidi dabado.
Spoon TV. Spoon entertainment.
Kua. Bese kua kudileo. Kudileo.
On the spoon.
Yes, what you want?
Information. On the spoon.
Yes, what you want? Batileo.
Spoon television.
Yes, what you want? Batileo.
We see right after you see two people here, supporters of CDC are throwing stones. Just before the statement of the ACOB chairman could come to an end, we see CDCs are throwing stones towards this end. It is chaotic here. It is chaotic. There you see, tools are being thrown here, and here you got the ACOB chairman just spoke a few minutes ago, and you got supporters of the CDC throwing stones from the other end right here. You can see missiles, stones being thrown, and then tear gas have been fired. There you got the Liberia National Police on this end. Tear gas have been through. Here you got one. Yes, you got one. A tear gas right here being through on the ground of the ACOB headquarters. You see he's struggling to get it off. And here you got officers of the Liberia National Police firing tear gas towards this end. It's terrible here. And then ACOB chairman had to run for safety. There again, you got another tear gas. I've been tear gas myself. You can see the teeth. You got police right here. He's carrying stone in his hand. The police is regrouped right here. I can't see myself. You can see from right there. The police are moving towards this end. Officer in the
in 10 months from now, we will have a new president in the nation. His son not playing for America. His girlfriend not in Ghana. He ain't got children all over the place. All his family right here. He's been married for 50 years. He's a family man. He's a deacon in the church. He is not a fake pastor. He's a truly decent, honorable, humble man. And when he becomes president, he will lift this country up, and then he will prepare us, the young people, and he will turn it over to us. And together, we will take this country, and we'll move with this country, and Liberia will become what it can be, that sweet land of liberty. Not sweet land of liberty for a few people, not sweet land of liberty for Congo people or country people, but for all Liberians. Some of you ask me, why do you support Joseph Human Boakai for president? Do you know the story about Joseph in the Bible? Joseph's brothers were so jealous of him. They sold him into slavery. But they didn't know what they were doing. They were his destiny helpers, and they didn't know that. And then famine would fall upon the land, and they would go and seeking food. And their brother had now become prime minister, and he would help them. This Joseph that we have, this Joseph who was betrayed by Ellen to put this monster upon us. When I told the Liberian people Kojologo and poison, I told you it will happen. I said, you take the Kojologo, it may be better, but it will make you well. But when you drink the poison, it will kill you. Today we are dying. We are dying. But I come here to give you hope. This flag will fly once again. It will fly once again. And we will build a Liberia where your children and my children can have a quick future, where you don't have to go to America to own a car. You don't have to go to a foreign country to own a house. You can live in this country with the blessings that God has bestowed on us. We can make this country work for every human being in this country. But to do that, you must have the right leadership to do that. Natural resources cannot build a country. A country is built by visionary leadership. Honest leadership. A leadership of integrity. And that is the leadership that Joe Boakai will bring to this country. And I have said this. I'd rather not be senator. I would give up my senatorial aspirations in order for Joe Boakai to be president if I have to. And you know why? And you know why? Because as senator, what significant difference would I make in the Senate if we don't have a decent president in the mansion? But with the right president and Pedro in the Senate, we can change this country. We will make good laws that will benefit all of our people.
You see, right after you see two people here, supporters of CDC are throwing stones. I mean, just before the statement of the ACOB chairman to come to an end, you see CDCs are throwing stones towards this end. It is, I mean, it is chaotic here. It is chaotic. There you see, tools are being thrown here, and here you got the ACOB chairman just spoke a few minutes ago, and you got supporters of the CDC throwing stones from the other end right here. You can see missiles, stones being thrown. And then tear gas have been fired. There you got the Liberia National Police on the side. Tear gas have been through. Here you got one. Yes, you got one. A tear gas right here being through on the ground of the ACOB headquarters. You see he's struggling to get it off. And here you got officers of the Liberia National Police firing tear gas towards his end. It's terrible here. And then ACOB chairman had to run for safety. There again, you got another tear gas. I've been tear gas myself. You got police right here. He's carrying stone in his hand. The police is regrouped right here. I can't see myself. You can see from right there. The police are moving towards this end. Officers in the National Police are moving towards this end. I can't see any longer. They are moving right here. You see that in the smoke.
Okay. Okay.
We want push. We need more drugs. It's the song they are singing. It's the song they are singing out here. And another woman within this group, we want push. That's the song they are singing out here.
You see, right after you see stool being through here. Supporters of CDC are throwing stool. I mean, just before the statement of the ACOB chairman to come to an end, you see CDCs are throwing stool towards this end. It is, I mean, it is chaotic here. It is chaotic. There you see, tools are being through here, and here you got the ACOB chairman just spoke a few minutes ago, and you got supporters of the CDC throwing stool from the other end right here. You can see missiles, stools being flying, and then tear gas have been fired. There you got the Liberia National Police on the side. Tear gas have been through. Here you got one. Yes, you got one. A tear gas right here being through on the ground of the ACOB headquarters. You see he's struggling to get it off. And here you got officers of the Liberia National Police firing tear gas towards his end. It's terrible here. And then ACOB chairman had to run for safety. There again, you got another tear gas. I've been tear gas myself. You got police right here. He's carrying stone in his hand. The police is regrouped right here. I can't see myself. You can see from right there. The police are moving towards this end. Officers in the National Police are moving towards this end. I can't see any
Laid out the
longer.
condition for any endorsement
They are moving right
of the
here.
two
You see
parties
that
in the runoff. We also announced the setting up of a committee of 5 to discuss with the Coalition for Democratic Change, My fellow Liberians, a few days ago, the collaborating political parties, the CPP, laid out the condition for any endorsement of the two parties in the runoff. We also announced the setting up of a committee of 5 to discuss with the Coalition for Democratic Change, the CDC, and the Unity Party, the UP, on the conditions for our support. The object of those discussions was to get commitments from the two parties for the incorporation and implementation of important elements which we believe to be critical for the much needed improvements in the governance of our country and the lives of all Liberians. CPP refuses to offer blind support without any reasonable commitments to change from the two parties. By making our conditions public, we did not necessarily intend to impose our will on any political leader or party. We were simply asking the runoff parties to make change a real obligation and not just a political slogan. We know this was an unusual practice in our country, but we offer no apologies to anyone for the audacity to believe in real change. And so, we thank the two parties for engaging with us in these discussions. The committee has reported that it had meaningful engagements and discussions with both parties. And we again thank both parties for their willingness to discuss these matters of critical national concerns. The CPP Executive Committee made the ultimate decision of which party to endorse in the second round. The CPP is a democratic institution, and as such, the overwhelming majority decision is final. The statement of endorsement will be delivered by the CPP Executive Committee. However, I have asked the parties, and they have agreed to allow me not to take a side. Among several important reasons, we believe this will afford the balanced perspective needed to continue to engage, as the CPP has asked that I do, with all of our political, religious, traditional, and other national leaders, including with Liberians of all political, social, and economic standing. As we know, it is difficult to engage meaningfully and constructively if one is perceived to be politically biased or prejudiced. Furthermore, I am hopeful that this position will help our country, both in the short and long term, to work for the unity and reconciliation of all of our people and leaders, especially after a contentious election that threatens to further divide our people. Not personally choosing a side will also help in a more effective engagement with our international partners. There is also the concern that while we will not legally object to moving ahead with the runoff as announced, we have informed the National Elections Commission, the NEC, and have yet to receive a reply concerning our request to undertake an investigation, including a forensic examination of the ballot papers. While this is still pending, we do not feel justified to proceed as if we did not personally sign the communications to the NEC, along with 2 other presidential candidates. While this is ongoing, I cannot, at the same time, appear to take a side in a runoff which is the outcome of the first round of elections we are still hopeful of investigating. Finally, my fellow Liberians, we should not all agree on everything, but we must never disagree to keep our country safe and peaceful. Elections are inherently divisive, but on the other side is a nation we must remain faithful to and committed to building. The road ahead is going to be tough. Change is hard. But like they say, change is the only constant in the life of people. We must never give up on trying to change. We must never lose hope in the possibility of change. Importantly, we must never give up on our country. Liberia needs all of its sons and daughters to look beyond our disagreements to build a united and better future. Let us work for a better Liberia. Let us ensure and commit to a runoff that is peaceful. And on the other side, let us live in peace and shared prosperity. May God continue to bless our nation and protect Liberians everywhere. I thank you.
Yes, I, a special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band, charges on the beat.
Turn the spoon to get your information. Turn the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Morovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moravia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. To spoon. You from
Indeed, tune to spoon, regardless of where you are. You're from Vanjaman, you're from Lofa, you're from Maryland County, you're from Bapolo County, you're from Grand Cape Bound County, or maybe you're from Central Liberia, Bon County. We'd like to say welcome again, tune to spoon. To all of you across the world, this is Liberia's biggest platform, of course, the Spoon Network. This is where you get authentic information about all of the happenings in the country. We want to say welcome again to another edition of your favorite show, of course, the late night show, the late night politics on Spoon is back. And it's good to be here again. This is where Liberians gather to talk about the different issues of national concerns. Here we agree and we disagree on the issues, but we all have our eyes on the bigger picture, which happens to be our country. The interest of Liberia is so dear to all of us. So welcome again. My name is Nelson Colette, and we encourage you to share the program as you come on, so we have a great conversation here tonight. With no time to waste, let me. I see what So too bad I was lost. I was kicked out. I was just trying to bring Touré on somehow because I saw the man in the background. He was like warming up for some boxing tournament or what have you. But again, I want to say welcome to everyone. I don't see Morba back in the background anymore. I don't know what's happening. And let me say welcome to everyone. Okay, so we're gonna bring Morba. But let me bring Touré back on. Touré, welcome.
Hey Nelson, thank you, brother. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. And it's good to see you, man. What's going on? I saw you doing what? You were boxing
Yeah,
in the
man.
background?
I use that to doing my high school soccer days and my track meet them. I used to have myself up in any competition, anything I'm getting ready to get engaged with. I like to prep myself up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
What's
Wow.
up, man? You looking good, my man. Your new scenery looking beautiful, brother.
But man, you ready? You ready for BB book? I come and play your papi again. Don't forget, I still got a video. You remember that video?
But I know you got the video now. You got everything.
But let me bring but it's good to have you here, man. Touré, welcome.
Thank you.
Let me bring our man Sheriff on. But what happened? What's happening with Morba? Morba, what's going on? I hope somebody in. Sandy, welcome.
Hey, good evening. Good evening. How you doing?
Doing good, man. What's going on, brother?
Thank God.
Yeah, good to see you always, man. Sherry, what's up? Francis, what's good, brother?
How you doing, man?
Nelson, your location changed and you look happier.
I know, right? I tell you, man.
Is the break more time?
I mean, I can do what?
Your December more time.
I mean, don't bring problem to me. I'm home right now.
So there's a Thanksgiving for it.
Yeah, what happened there was at the airport today. Location change and man just smiling.
Today is Thanksgiving Day. I hope you guys know that today is Thanksgiving Day.
No,
my that's not true, man. It's shiny, bro. For real.
No. Don't dodge the topic. Do you know that today is Thanksgiving Day in Liberia?
But what I want to do with your December coming in November.
Exactly. Okay, man, you want to dodge the topic? Let me bring it in. Alfred, welcome, man. Thanks for joining us. What kind of album you're giving me in the background? So, like, you won't pass through the camera and just hit me some other way for keeping you backstage.
Alfred.
Man, this show is the hottest ticket every day, Monday through Saturday.
It is, bro.
But why Morba coming in and going back? Morba, I don't understand your movement. We gotta be careful.
I mean, you know what you up to.
I mean, Nelson, I don't know how you operated the show last time, man. That thing looks suspicious, bro.
Something was happening. That may keep the camera off all throughout the show. Something happened behind the scenes.
I can't call Sylvester for you.
I thought I heard something, but I don't want to say it. I thought I heard something.
No. Listen, you guys didn't hear anything. Nothing at all.
I can't call Sylvester.
But Nelson, you haven't talked yesterday for 7 minutes straight. I knew something was going on.
Guys, I have something on Nelson that you guys will not. The day you guys hear it, trust me, Nelson will not do nothing to you guys again. One time,
Nelson endorsement, Sherry.
Huh?
The endorsement of CDC.
Yeah, maybe that endorsement you want to bring now. Because you say you're bringing Adika, the Adika can't come. Sylvester, that's why, but Adika. Imagine I went somewhere and the people were talking about the late night show. Oh, we follow you guys. And Sylvester said he has your ID card. I said, oh, so the ID card baby has phone national. Mikey, thanks for joining us. Oh, Mikey, what's happening? Are you okay?
I hope you don't know. Do you justice today, Mama?
You muted.
Mikey, you are muted.
I did bad to myself today, my man. I'm hungry.
Nelson,
instead of me to go get some burger and things, my man, I just they made that making people here to help.
Nancy, you kept me in backstage yesterday.
Drinking water all day.
Sorry. Yesterday, you kept me in backstage.
He deliberately kicked me off the program last night, brother.
No, it wasn't deliberate.
I do a deliberate, my man.
Mine was deliberate. Mine was deliberate.
But guess what happened now?
The man left on
guys, guess what happened? The man left on the show, a laptop went off. The show left on, I said to my phone freeze, I went all the people that on the show talking.
My battery died too. I was there and charging. I saw people, I said, dang, I can't find it.
I read a freestyle yesterday.
Please share the show, gentlemen. Please share the show.
Nelson was welcoming the December.
No, guys. Listen, I went. Anyway, let's leave that discussion. But it's good to be here again. I want
continue that discussion, brother. Continue that discussion.
No, we'll come back. We'll end the show. We'll end the show with that discussion. Let me bring a female up here, man. Where is Moba? Oh,
my man, put me
I know you have me there temporarily now, Nelson. I know.
No, Moba, stay on. Let me bring my Touré down. Bring Touré down. Nelson, bring Touré down. That's how you. You're right, man. Moba gonna be up always.
Legend Dizo, my man. Anyway, the legend said that you put me, I agree.
So guys, it's good to be here again, man. And I think it's an amazing thing that we always come up here. I'm actually producing from home tonight.
You don't want to know, my man, please.
Because okay, you want to know?
No,
okay, let me say.
We're on radio.
Let me say, my man, yeah, you don't want to get me if I will go along with the show. I'm talking again. We're not talking again. Moba is trying to jump the gun and so forth. But
no,
again,
I thought you're coming to jump all around, man.
We're actually here tonight because I thought to start the show from here because we had a bit of technical issue. Our guys are working on it, and along the show they will reconnect us to radio. I think we should be on now. So yeah. Once I get signal from there, I will let you guys know. But it's important that we have the show because I thought that it will not be okay for us to disappoint our followers. So we can kickstart from here. And once I get signal from them, yes, I will equally announce that we're back on the radio. But we're on all the social media platforms, and I want to say thank you to everyone for being here tonight. To you, my brother Touré, sorry. I didn't intentionally get it off last evening, but you know the show was jammed, and when you get off, coming back, it becomes a difficult thing because a lot of people try to.
Touré, you are crying.
I think Nelson punished me because I went all the way. It took Amy to say Touré, all right now, my man. I went for 7 minutes, brother.
No, yesterday you were put on your political target.
Yeah. No, but again, it's good that we're here tonight. And guys, just like we discussed last night, we saw something very, very interesting today. For those of you who support the Unity Party, talking about ACOB endorsement of the Unity Party. But there was something very interesting that happened. I don't know how many of you realize that, but there's another group that equally carry on another endorsement today as well. I don't know how many of you follow that.
This in charge of ACOB member group. Who follow?
Yeah. Okay. That's a big member. So it has left a lot of people. It has left a lot of people thinking as to how many factions do we have within the ACOB, the All Liberian Coalition? How many factions do we have within the ACOB? How come it has gotten at this stage and the political parties are beginning to develop factions within their own corners? Well, the majority black of ACOB today pledge their support to the Unity Party. I call them the majority black. The turnout was huge. A lot of you saw that on camera, but beyond what you saw on camera, it was well attended today. Now, aside from that, we saw a few people as well who went at the CDC and pledged their support as well under the same umbrella. So it has brought us to a point now where it is clear. We don't need to be told that ACOB as an institution, considering that the majority bloc pledged their support to the Unity Party, it sends a very strong message that ACOB has now gone over to the Unity Party. And so if you look back in the room, as per our discussion from last evening, we're talking about why these political parties are finding it difficult to say what their positions are. And then ACOB, of course, was no exception. You know, though we had this information that ACOB was going to do what they did today, but they were they were not excluded from the discussion based on the fact that at the time they had not done it yet. So ACOB is out of the picture. We are now left with, in terms of the notable names, the big political parties, the ones that are well talked about, because trust me, some political party in Nigeria office space and a few family members that the political party there. But we're talking about serious political parties in the country. You're talking about Mr. Cummings, the CPP, which comprises the ANC and faction of the Liberty Party. Maybe any of you can help me. Dr. Monobad, the Lanu, of course, is one of those political parties that was a big name during the campaign period and so forth. Aside from Lanu, come again?
Appeton.
Okay, yeah.
Appeton's an anomaly, man.
Yeah. Okay. Let me say this. Mikey might be right. When you talk about Appeton, during the political campaign and all the projections, the realistic projections that were made as per the campaign, Appeton was not. Nobody ever talked about Appeton. But based on the numbers that came out, the name Appeton has now surfaced as one of those individuals or key political actors or what have you. So I can maybe we can say Appeton.
But Nestle, have you ever visited his party headquarters before?
Listen, Appeton's that party headquarters, interestingly, is not far from our office. It's too true from our office. All right.
So that two bedroom apartment or that wire.
But let me say this: they have a used car.
But I ask you a question about the message you play.
Yes. So let me say this.
Used car.
Let me say this, Ture. I have known that place all along to be a used car garage. Let me say that.
Wow.
I've never at any point in time thought that place was a political party headquarters.
Wow.
As poke and nosy as I am as a journalist, I've gone in that fence before and just look at the people from car and pass. All right. But interestingly,
my man Nelson, that's not making.
So Nelson telling us that during their campaign launch, did you see mammoth of a crowd at their campaign launch?
No.
Forget that.
No placard, nothing was there.
No. I think the GDM has been one of those political parties that said they believe in the silent majority. Silent voters, right? The silent voters. Though they did not say it upright, but I think that was the case. But going back, the whole discussion around the thing, going back to where we were, and so GDM, okay, we can still same thing. They stay on the fence, but the unit, the CPP is one of those parties that a lot of people are looking up to see where they will go, especially considering that Mr. Cummings got the 7% in 2017, but this time around he got less than 50% of what he accumulated in 2017. Well, I don't know how many of you saw this write-up from Mr. Cummings or the CPP. You saw it, right? You went through it. Okay, so it means that it's not important to have us play this, but there's a video.
Because I don't think everybody saw it because I'm following Mr. Cummings. So when in less than a minute when it posted, I read it.
Okay, so for the benefit of our audience, we're going to play this video again, though we played before the start of the show. But basically, what Mr. Cummings is her saying in that video is that
it's going to be neutral.
It's going to be neutral. And then the Liberian people at the same time that the executive committee members of the how do you call it? The CPP will decide whether they want to support any political party. They will decide. They've had talks. They've had talks with the both political parties. They've put on the table an agenda, what they want as an institution before they can give their support. But then he comes back to say that he will not endorse any political party as an individual based on the fact that they already have a case before the National Elections Commission. Is there anything missing here? Are we having, or are we seeing a repeat of the 2017 situation with Mr. Cummings and the ANC or the CPP? Is this in any way? Is this in any way going to take away from the numbers that Mr. Cummings as an individual managed to accumulate for himself in 2017? Now, is this a wise decision? Can we, should we for any reason compare this to the clever devil situation that Madam Lema Bowie referenced? Or is it a wise decision? Is it patriotic? Is he playing a smart game? Or is it something that is done in the best interest of the country? Now, I want us to watch the video again. Please. Yeah, for the sake of our audience, for the people who did not see this video, I want us to play it again. Let's hear what Mr. Cummings had to say. What Mr. Cummings had to say with respect to this whole voting thing and the second round and everything. Okay, I think we have it here now. Okay.
A few days ago, the collaborating political parties, the CPP, laid out the condition for any endorsement of the two parties in the runoff. We also announced the setting up of a committee of 5 to discuss with the Coalition for Democratic Change, the CDC, and the Unity Party, the UP, on the conditions for our support. The object of those discussions was to get commitments from the two parties for the incorporation and implementation of important elements which we believe to be critical for the much needed improvements in the governance of our country and the lives of all Liberians. CPP refuses to offer blind support without any reasonable commitments to change from the two parties. By making our conditions public, we did not necessarily intend to impose our will on any political leader or party. We were simply asking the runoff parties to make change a real obligation and not just a political slogan. We know this was an unusual practice in our country, but we offer no apologies to anyone for the audacity to believe in real change. And so, we thank the two parties for engaging with us in these discussions. The committee has reported that it had meaningful engagements and discussions with both parties. And we again thank both parties for their willingness to discuss these matters of critical national concerns. The CPP Executive Committee made the ultimate decision of which party to endorse in the second round. The CPP is a democratic institution, and as such, the overwhelming majority decision is final. The statement of endorsement will be delivered by the CPP Executive Committee. However, I have asked the parties, and they have agreed to allow me not to take a side. Among several important reasons, we believe this will afford the balanced perspective needed to continue to engage, as the CPP has asked that I do, with all of our political, religious, traditional, and other national leaders, including with Liberians of all political, social, and economic standing. As we know, it is difficult to engage meaningfully and constructively if one is perceived to be politically biased or prejudiced. Furthermore, I am hopeful that this position will help our country, both in the short and long term, to work for the unity and reconciliation of all of our people and leaders, especially after a contentious election that threatens to further divide our people. Not personally choosing a side will also help in a more effective engagement with our international partners. There is also the concern that while we will not legally object to moving ahead with the runoff as announced, we have informed the National Elections Commission, the NEC, and have yet to receive a reply concerning our request to undertake an investigation, including a forensic examination of the ballot papers. While this is still pending, we do not feel justified to proceed as if we did not personally sign the communications to the NEC, along with 2 other presidential candidates. While this is ongoing, I cannot, at the same time, appear to take a side in a runoff, which is the outcome of the first round of elections we are still hopeful of investigating. Finally, my fellow Liberians, we should not all agree on everything, but we must never disagree to keep our country safe and peaceful. Elections are inherently divisive, but on the other side is a nation we must remain faithful to and committed to building. The road ahead is going to be tough. Change is hard, but like they say, change is the only constant in the life of people. We must never give up on trying to change. We must never lose hope in the possibility of change. Importantly, we must never give up on our country. Liberia needs all of its sons and daughters to look beyond our disagreements to build a united and better future. Let us work for a better Liberia. Let us ensure and commit to a runoff that is peaceful. And on the other side, let us live in peace and shared prosperity. May God continue to bless our nation and protect Liberians everywhere. I thank you.
Thank you for clapping.
Mario Bene.
So there you have it.
Cindy, did you feel the euphoria in the room? Did you feel that?
There you have it. There you have it. Of course,
it's not a coincidence that when they send me clap.
So there you have it, guys. Mr. Cummings have let the cat out of the bag. You know, before getting here, a lot of people predicted, a lot of people insinuated that Mr. Cummings would have thrown his weight behind the Unity Party, for example, based on his previous comments, especially the one where he said, if the CPP doesn't make it to the runoff, we're going to throw their weight behind the unity, the opposition community. On the other hand, there were other people insinuating that, look, no, this Mr. Cummings man, you see, they may will throw his weight behind, how do you call it? He would throw his weight behind the ruling establishment. You know, and so there were all of those speculations, insinuations, and everything. But here we are. What do you guys think? What do you make of that long speech? That whole how do you call it? I don't know how many paragraphs he wrote there. That whole book that Mr. Cummings wrote and delivered to the Liberian people today. I want you guys to make your own analysis of this. We're going to give 3 minutes each. 3 minutes to each person to exhaust what you make of the comment, the statement coming from Mr. Cummings today. With just 11 days to the conduct of election in our country. 7%. In 2017, he said he will be neutral. He got 1%. Well, he's still saying that he will be neutral. Is he headed down a successful political path? Now, let's start the conversation tonight, guys. Let's start with Toure. let's start with Ture. Moba, I see you up there. Moba, we're coming to you. You take on this thing, Moba.
The only person I get with you, Nelson.
Yeah, and I see a lot of folks in the background. But let's start with Ture.
Nelson, just before Ture comes on,
okay.
I believe your first topic was going to be the endorsement that happened today, but again, all of a sudden, we're making it all about Cummings, which is not the most important subject for tonight. So
no, we're coming to the endorsement thing. We're coming to the ACOB thing. ACOB is divided right now, of course. We're coming to that aspect. No, we're coming to the ACOB thing.
Nelson, ACOB is not divided. Go ahead, Nelson. Let's go ahead.
Right? Yeah.
We'll get to that point. But let's deal with
we're gonna get. Listen, guys. The thing here, we on the thing until 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the morning. So you don't rush the thing here.
Okay.
So let's start with Mr. Cummings.
All right. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, here in the United States and around the world. Now, Mr. Cummings always, matter of fact, Mr. Cummings have become synonymous with this famous saying that says, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. If we should hold that to market that and consider Mr. Cummings to be the poster child of that statement in Liberia, then obviously Mr. Cummings have not done justice to himself, or at least he continued to contradict himself every time he says these things, or at least his actions after elections. Look, there is no way Mr. Cummings can say that he's going to allow the executive to make this decision. You the leader, Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings, I know you still have aspiration for future electionary processes in Liberia. I know 2029 you'll be there. Because a man like you take good care of yourself, you are healthy enough, you still have a couple of years to go, Mr. Cummings. Look, the decision you make today have the propensity to hunt you down tomorrow. Mr. Cummings, no, don't do that. Do not say you're going to leave this to the people to make this decision. You did it 2017. And how did that pan out? Right? From 7% to 5%, I mean to 1.1%. That is a drastic drop-off, a significant drop-off. And that's only because of the decision you made in 2017. So there is this, how do you call this? There's a correlation between the decision we made and how the decision can come back to haunt us in the future. So Mr. Cummings have to come up and make decisions. And like I said last night, it don't matter whether he chooses to support United Party or CDC, but at least make a decision. Make a decision. Because at the end of the day, you make a decision and people know exactly where you are. Then the people will judge you based on that. At least give the Liberian people an option. But don't remain neutral. There is no neutrality in politics. There's no neutrality. Anybody tell you, oh, I'm going to stay neutral, that person is a hypocrite. Because
conclude in 20 seconds.
If you campaign, Nelson, you said 3 minutes, and you said 30 seconds. Or I digress. But look, if you campaign for 6 years and you said Joe Weah was bad for the country, you said Joe Weah was no good for the country, like Joe Weah was not caught for this. But Joe Weah is still there though. And you're silent in this is that you have sanctioned and agreed, confirm and affirm that Joe Weah is doing well, Mr. Cummings. That's what
but Ture, what do you make of the aspect where he said he's he's going to remain neutral because he wants to make sure that the case before the National Elections Commission, his affiliation with any political party does not undermine the battle already with NEC, judging from the fact that everything has its root in the very election that he's trying to the results that he's trying to fight against.
look, that is just another excuse, bro. That is just another excuse, bro. To be quite honest, Mr. Cummings himself knows that that's not going to go anywhere. That case, they're not going to hold water. If that case was genuine, then we're not going to be talking about second round. Okay. But you understand that that's not going to go anywhere. So he's just trying to find a scapegoat. All right. But we're not going to allow that. Mr. Cummings must commit. Mr. Cummings must show his
He
hand.
must commit. You think he must commit?
Yes.
So what are the consequences for him? What are the consequences for him?
Well, I'll tell you what. The consequences from coming from 7% to 1%. You know what I'm saying? That right there it speaks volume. Okay. Mr. Cummings must commit. Mr. Cummings said we should agree to disagree.
Yeah.
We should be faithful and committed and sincere to building our country. All right, Mr. Cummings. If we should, and obviously, look, these are, I'm just paraphrasing, right? So, like, these are not his direct words, but I mean, he was speaking to that effects. And if we should do that, Mr. Cummings, are you committing to Labrador right now, or are you committing to your own personal, desires, right?
Thank you.
Because if you should commit to Labrador, you should commit to Labrador. From the past 6 years, you've been saying that Georgia was bad for the country, right? If you say on a clip where you say you will support opposition against President George Manawia,
thank you.
You have the opportunity, Mr. Cummings, to do that. If not,
thank you.
The 1% will get to 0%. And 2029 will not be feasible. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. You talk about it. Thank you very much. It reminds me of something. Anyway, but let's hear from you, Alfred. Alfred, go ahead. Let's hear you. Then we take one female. We have 2 persons in the background, 2 females. We'll bring them on. But Alfred, go ahead.
Let me just say this first. Nicola Machiavelli once says this. You can to estimate the intelligence of a leader, you look at the people around him. Look at the people around Mr. Cummings. These are people who are just in this for themselves. They are not revolutionary people. So as a result, they knock Mr. Cummings around because he himself is not a born revolutionary. You know, he does not understand the struggle of what it means to be a revolutionary. You know, so this country, Liberia, for the last 175 years, have struggled to look for a leader. The last time I checked, the only revolutionary president that Liberia had ever produced was former vice president who became president, William R. Tubert. Again, because of the same corruption, people got afraid and they manipulated and they killed him. Today, what happened to our country? We go 1,000 years behind. Wow. The decision of Mr. Cummings, in my mind, can be compared to a tsunami. Mr. Cummings, I'm telling you, political tsunami. Mr. Cummings has caused a political tsunami for his own career. And I want us to keep this record. I have said this repeatedly on different shows that any attempt for Mr. Cummings to be neutral, he will never, ever, ever become president of Liberia. I repeat again, the decision that Mr. Cummings has taken, if he does not reverse and take a side in this crucial election where our country is being flushed, for him to revive this country by joining the young people, the revolutionaries who want to rescue Liberia.
But listen, Alfred, yeah, you still have your 1 minute. You still have your 1 minute. But does it make any difference for Mr. Cummings, who is the head of the CPP, to say he's going to be neutral? But they how do you call it? There's going to support the side.
There's no neutrality here. It's like you telling me somebody being coming to you, removing your zinc from your house, And the community people come to you, say, man, I have to catch. I mean, say, you leave man, let the man go ahead and do whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. This is the scenario. Our country is bleeding. Our country is looking for leaders. Right? And somewhere, somehow, Liberian people have kind of circled around Mr. Coming to see him as a good man, as he a would-be good man, right? And he has seen the wave, the political wave where he has gone. In 2017, he saw it. In 2023, he's still seeing it. He has not learned. Mr. Kumi has not learned to understand the typical Liberian politics. Those people who are around him, who live in America 30, 25, 15 years, 20 years, they are the ones that are taking American politics and they want to carry it into an endemically African religious traditional politics, where it's more or less tribalized, it's more or less qualified. This is the society you're looking at. Then you say you want to you say he's going to court, at the same time he contradicted himself that, you know, because he go to court, he cannot stop the decision of the people in whatever way and form. Mr. Cummings should start joking with us here. The mistake Mr. Cummings made, this is the last thing. In fact, according to the election law, he might not even run on a CPP ticket in 2029 because of his performance in this election.
The performance, definitely, you're right.
In this election. He will not run in 2029 on a CPP ticket. That is an issue.
Thank you. But you know, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Let's hold you there, Alfred, and bring in Mikey. Mikey, go ahead.
Nelson, if there's someone in the back, but you can take me off. But make sure ACOB, when you reach your ACOB, please.
Yeah, I'll certainly bring you guys back. So, Alfred, can I remove the both of you and bring the two ladies in the background? And
yeah, bring them. You can draw back. You can draw back. You know.
Yeah. So, Mikey, go ahead. After you, we'll take Cindy.
Alfred, I mean, no.
I used to the back now, so I used to the bank, probably.
I'm gradually getting used to the back to Nelson.
No, you can't. Okay, so Mikey, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, hello guys. If you listen to Mr. Cummings' statement, it's a lot of contradiction inside. First of all, he said the reason why he wants to be neutral because he had put grievances in from the neck. So if he had problem with neck in the past election, October 10 election, why is his party forming a 5-man committee and meeting the various political parties, CDC and UP? If I have problem with something, let's say so you have an election and you have a problem with that election, I will not be forming a committee. If you want to stay neutral, why is he forming a committee? If you want to be a leader, you have to stop and live by example. Mr. Cummings, one second. Let me learn. Mr. Cummings, CPP cannot be forming a 5-man committee, executive committee, and he, the leader, standing to say he neutral. It makes no sense. Mr. Cummings came to the same Liberian people. He said to us, he should be a man of his word. If the election doesn't go my way, I will support the opposition candidate. If the election doesn't go my way, that I will support the opposition candidate. But today, he's telling us that he's going to be neutral. So those people that were standing in front of him, how are they going to look at him? What are you going to tell them tomorrow? When what he's gonna say, because I have problem with neck. Nothing gonna come out of this. Nothing gonna come out of it. Mr. Comey did it 2017. He's doing it again. He's just not a leader. And good thing the Liberian
now
people.
Mikey does this. Okay, so just for just to end up, so we move to the next panelist. Do you see this as something that's going to have any impact on Mr. Cummings' political career?
Definitely. You cannot preach. You cannot preach to. We all heard what Mr. Cummings said. We all heard it. He said, if the election doesn't, he was doing everything to win the first round. But if he doesn't win, he was going to support. I don't even know why they formed a 5-man executive committee to even meet with the CDC. What is the leadership?
Nelson, you are muted.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Cannot lead and one on 1 minute, and Nelson. If he cannot lead his own party to stand up right now for the Liberian people, this is like a CPR. Liberia is going through CPR right now. We need somebody to rescue us. And he wants to tell us right now at this crucial time, he cannot make a decision whether for the CDC or the UP. He should be a man to stand on a principle. If you stand for something, if you say something, you should stand for it. And I'm totally disappointed in him. I have high hope for him.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Mikey. And Mikey asked a very important question. If this Mr. Cummings, who said that if he doesn't win, he's going to support the opposition, if that statement is something that he stands by, why is he forming a committee to have a discussion with the ruling establishment? Well, we're going to move to you, Cindy, but let's play this.
I mentioned we plan to win. So we planning to win in the first round. That may or may not happen, but that's the plan, right? Seriously, that's the plan. Now, in the unlikely case, we'll support the opposition candidate and we'll support it publicly. So, I'm on record here, and I mean it. I say what I mean what I say. We'll support the opposition candidate if we don't make it to the second round. But I am confident with the work we're doing, with the travel around Liberia, we're making our case. We will win in the first round.
Just forget that part about we making our case. We're going around Liberia and the work we're doing. Let's forget that aspect. But listen, Sandy, this is the Mr. Cummings you supported. You have been on this platform. Sandy, you took up about 3 months of your valuable time. You were here propagating Mr. Cummings, saying to the Liberian people why this man is the best man. Oh, he's heaven sent. He has the charisma that good in there. So, and everything required to be a good leader of our country. Sandy,
what I want to show.
Can you tell
it's charisma, not charisma.
Can you tell the Liberian people here? Are you willing to tell the Liberian people here that this Mr. Cummings you supported did not live up to this very statement he made, based on all of what's happening now that we all are aware of, even the statement we played?
Yeah, so Nelson, here is my take on this, right? I have a two-coin to this whole thing.
Okay.
For Mr. Cummings as an individual, because he spoke of two factors, or two focuses here, the party CPP and Alexander Benedict Cummings as an individual. So let's go to Mr. Alexander Benedict Comey as an individual. We go to Mr. Comey as an individual. I am disappointed. I could understand some of the points he outlines, and I'm going to come to that shortly. Thank God I have 4 minutes on this topic.
Who gave you 4
No,
minutes?
you have 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 30 seconds.
Defender of CPP here, so. But coming to Mr. Comey as an individual, I'm disappointed.
Damn it, I'm hungry. What?
There, remember,
Please mute.
Please. You want a professional show? There is absolutely no way that, or no reason why any opposition leader at this point should remain mute. We must have a side. We know our common denominator, and the common denominator is to remove Mr. Weir. Given all of the issues we have outlined over the last several months. So when Mr. Comey said that there is a case at the National Election Commission, and given that case, he is not in the position to choose a side, I personally do not buy it.
Definitely.
You will come by me again. Let me continue. I personally do not buy it. I think Mr. Comey should pick a side. But I must also, on the other side of the party, the CPP side, I must commend a leader that say, I will allow the democratic process to take effect. It's important. You might disagree. I do not believe that a leader should overshadow the party. We say in Liberia that the political leader owns the party. We always say that. George, we are own CDC. This person owns this party. So if a political leader says, look, on the line of the party, I'm not going to be part of the decision making. Let them go through the democratic process and decide as a party, which political entity they're going to support. Here's the thing. I said his decision to back up and allow the party to make a decision, I respect it. What I do not agree with on that, I know Nelson, you want to come, but let me end. The toboggy, my mouth is too sweet. Let me end. What I do not agree with, and I said the same thing I think a couple of days ago about ACOB. Why are you meeting with George Weir? Why are there alternatives? Why are we having options? Why are we having discussion with George Weir? We have said we came to defeat George Weir to remove him. So why is the political party itself, not Mr. Comey, but the political party, is even having the opportunity to have negotiation with Mr. Weir, knowing very well that we've been in this process to remove him?
But Comey, sorry, I'm calling you Comey. Sorry, Cindy.
Yeah.
Do you see this decision from Mr. Comey from both sides? And I appreciate the fact that you were able to separate the comments made by Mr. Comey from the personal standpoint to the institutional standpoint. But do you see this whole decision about maybe from the institutional standpoint that the people should make their decision based on the executive committee stuff, and don't you see this as Mr. Comey trying to smartly disassociate himself from this whole support to maybe CDC thing, based on the fact that he doesn't want to receive the punches or whatever have you that may come following that decision?
It could be. It could be that he doesn't want to be part of that flesh, the bleeding that will come after that. But Mr. Comey, in his statement, outlined a democratic process. He mentioned it. He said, this is not what we used to, but this is what we have to bring to the table. We have to follow the democratic process. Political parties in countries like the United States work like that. The leader don't come up and point his hand up. Let's follow this line. Let's go for this person. Political parties have high hierarchy. They have leadership. And those leadership in the political party make decisions, key decisions. The standard bearer is usually not the leader, the decision-making leader of a political party. The standard bearer relies on the leadership of the party to run the affairs of the party. So Mr. Comey is saying, I am staying away from the day-to-day activity, the running of the party, and the leadership of the party will run the affairs of the party. They will make the decision as to who they want to support. But I'm disappointed still that the leadership might even be thinking of an option. The CDC could be an option because they met with the CDC. All the leadership who have done was go to UP. This is what we're expecting. This is what we want. And line. We will support. Before I end my Tobogi soup, I believe they will be coming up as a party to choose which political party they support.
But why do you think they're going to choose based on the
things? Mumba, I will take your 2 seconds if we're talking. I will be extremely disappointed, man, if CPP go the way of the CDC. I'll leave it here tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. So with that, we will move to our brother Francis. Let me say welcome, Charisma and our sister. You know, I'm used to Johanna now, Johanna side. But Minister Holy Ginger Fab, thanks for joining us as well. Let's hear from you, Francis.
Yeah, for me, I'll just be brutally honest. Mr. Cummings is a crook, he's a liar, and he's a sole loser. First point of me saying he's a crook.
Put some more clothes on your voice. Put some more clothes on your voice, please.
No, a crook or liar and a sole loser is no insult. The first thing I say he's a crook, and the reason I say he's a crook, in the beginning, before even October 10th, the reason he came out with that statement, I don't know who was fooling him to think that he could go to the second round. Well, he thought that if he put out that statement, and he happens to go to the second round, it will be easier for all of the other opposition leaders to correlate around him and just support him, because oh, you know what that meant before the election even occurred. He said he would support, he pledged his support to the opposition. So we should all support.
I mentioned we plan to win. So we planning to win in the first round. That may or may not happen, but that's the plan, right? Seriously, that's the plan. Now, in the unlikely case, we'll support the opposition candidate and we'll support it publicly.
Right. So that's what he thought was going to happen. I don't know who fooled him.
So, Francis, are you saying that this particular statement from Mr. Cummings was well calculated? It was a trap to get all those in the opposition community going his way in case, or had he made it to the second round?
Absolutely. Absolutely. He thinks he's better than everybody. He thinks he's the most smart or intelligent person. But Liberal people are showing him twice that you're not better than the other people. But that's why I'm saying he's a crook. He's very calculated. He thought he would come out in front of everybody. Nobody else made such a statement or declaration prior to the election, especially a few weeks. But he did. I don't know what side of the bed he was sleeping a dream that he was going to go to the second round, and he wanted to make it easier to lay the groundwork for all of the other opposition candidates to support him if he was in Boakai's position. But it did not happen that way. So then he lied, because now he's not supporting the opposition leader, which is Boakai. And the reason I say he's a sole loser, he's like, you know, back when we were playing football, the physical guy on the that always have the football. The physical guy always own the football. When he comes to the field, they'll choose everybody, but they'll not choose him. Then you'll get mad, take football and go home. That Mr. Cummings. He's a sole loser. He's the one that get the ball, his own ball. But you forget that his political stock has depreciated in value. So what does CPP even go and support CDC? It's not going to have any sway. Because the Liberian people, the people that Sandy and other Liberians that are true opposition, they believe in Cummings. That's why they decided to follow him in the first place. So Cummings has more weight. I know we want to talk about the democratic process. Yes, there are committees, there are leadership of the party, but Cummings has more weight than the CPP party if he decides to support a unity party. But now he has depreciated his value So whether he goes, and people say he should reverse his statement, he would be very embarrassed to reverse his statement, so he's not going to do it. But what a CPP as a party going to support CDC is not going to move the needle anymore, and then Cummings not endorsing anybody. You see, so he has just committed political suicide already for 2029. He should just forget about running for president in Liberia forever. He should find something else to do. That's ridiculous. No, dude, I just thought you played a video for my time. That video you're playing took up my time.
Yeah, yeah. So let's give you 30 seconds to conclude.
Yeah, I'll be quick. So that's the thing. You know, he embarrassed himself. You can't do that to the Liberian people. People lives are on the line. Today is Thanksgiving. People don't have food to eat over there. How can they say?
For instance, someone just sent me a message. Someone just sent me a message. The person says, Mr. Cummings, as an individual, a Liberian, a mature person, politically and everything upright to make a very sound decision for himself, has the right to decide what to do, especially in such a political time. And the person is asking, why are you beating on this man based on a personal decision that he has decided to make?
Yes, I'll end in 10 seconds. Because he's not an ordinary man. He put himself in a position to impact, to affect the lives of millions of Liberians if he were to become the president. So it's not just somebody like me, or you and I just sitting on the platform and just talking. This is a man that is elected as president of the Republic of Liberia to affect major change. So his life is open for interpretation. His words are open for interpretation. So yes, that's why I say he's a crook, a liar, and a soul loser.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You stand by your words. Are you aware that this show is recorded? This show is recorded.
Absolutely.
Yes, but now we can go.
People will play it in 2029. When he decides.
Okay, thank you, Francis. Let's take one female. I see my brother Moba. Moba, are you having a hungry show tonight or what?
No. Like not. Larry said I'll go get some stuff.
Okay, so let's take Amy and then we'll take Sheree.
Okay. Hi everyone. So my opinion, I don't know why we trying to make this whole commission out of issue. I think it was more of a benefit to Mr. Cummings to support the UP than it is to the UP. That's what I think. Because of what everybody's talking about, it makes him look good. And it makes him sound truthful. What he said 2 years ago before the election, supporting an opposition. Makes him sound truthful. Sorry, that was my daughter making noise. So at this point, to the point that he dragged it all the way to this point, to me, it took all the stuff out of it. It doesn't mean anything anymore because everybody already know that the game that is being played, and he all know where it's going. It's going to CDC, and it's all Mr. Commission. The fact that he's not a part of it, all he wants, but that's not true. I believe he's fully involved because this is not his whole negotiation, whatever they call it. I don't know what they negotiated. It didn't start right now. It started like a week or two ago. If there was something like you're not part of, you're going to make this statement a long time ago. You were going to know your position, and not at this point after a few meeting and doing all the nitty gritty or act like you're not a part of it, so you can look so bad in it or whatever. And you want us to believe that this is just going to be executive committee making decisions, which I don't believe. And I don't, like I said, I really don't see anything to it, and it gonna make him look bad, and it messes with his political career than it does certainly anything with a UP. So I really, it's disappointing for me because even though it was nothing, but I didn't want to see him. I have him too much respect and too on a higher pedestal to think that he would allow or something with the party to go that in that direction, because then everything that you ever said about people that you're going to align yourself with is was a lie. Like you were just lying to the Liberian people, and I didn't want to look at him in that light, but I guess Mr. Cummings is a politician now, so let's give it up for him, because I guess a lot of people say politics is like this, is like that. So in some way, you're not supposed to be bluntly honest. You're supposed to have some kind of sneaky thing under your sleeves, and he has proven that from this whole messing around. Because, like Cindy said, I don't see any reason as an opposition candidate why or political party to be negotiating with CDC. What are you negotiating?
So,
Like, what is it that you couldn't negotiate with them and you got in a race? Now that you're not there anymore, you think magically something will change, so you got to go negotiate with them. It's all a bluff and a joke. I don't believe anything. That's why I don't. But the people, though, this is what I'm going to tell you: the people that voted for Mr. Cummings, they're in Liberia. They are feeling the heat. They're the one who going through it. The past 6 years, Mr. Cummings did not go through what they went through. They don't want Josh Weah, even though they had a different idea of different candidate. Now that he's not in the race, they still don't want Josh Weah. They're gonna vote for Unity Party. Because they know it's not about Omen Boakai. It's about delivering a country from the hands of irresponsible government. So it doesn't matter who the political party or leader told them go this way. Mr. Cummings, like I heard today, he's out of there. Can any of them get on the plane like that and just get out of there?
Thank you.
If
Thanks
you
a
sit
lot.
there and listen to him, he can get on the plane and get out of there and sit in Atlanta for the next 6 years. Nothing will happen to you. You're the one who's gonna be there. So you gotta make that decision and not follow any political party that is not in your interest. But
Thanks a
yes.
lot. Thanks a lot. So we take Sherry. Sherry, go ahead, and then after Sherry, we take one female. We'll take Hanan, and then we take Esther next, and then Karishman, and then Moba. So go ahead, Sherry.
Yeah, so there's one thing that always comes to my mind when I see leaders being indecisive. Sometimes or most of the time, a true leader, your true leadership can be determined based on the decision that you make. If so, Mr. Cummings is basically telling us that had he been elected as a president, when critical decision comes to his desk, he won't be able to make a decision on it, and that's something that he has to learn. As a leader, you have to be able to make decisive decisions. You can't just be neutral, because there are some decisions that involve life and death. There are some decisions that involve someone's future. So if you can make that simple decision, and there are many decisions like right now, like some presidents will face a decision where they have to go and drop bombs on people. They have to make that decision. It's not easy for them, but they have to make it. So, Mr. Comey, if you can make that decision, then I don't think you fit to become a president. So, but this is what I have to say. Mr. Comey, as an individual, he's a great man, and he's a great businessman. He has contributed a lot to that side of the world. But again, when it comes to leadership or running to become president, especially in our country, I'm not gonna sit here and then predict that his political future is over. But what I can say for sure is that he has basically made it 100 times difficult for himself. So, but this is what we have to say to the CPP supporters. This is not about Mr. Comey anymore. This is about Liberia. The same reasons that made Mr. Comey to actually declare his intention to run for president. Some of the ills that he highlighted, like the suffering of our people, our civil servant not being paid, lack of security, lack of jobs, the injustice in our country. All of those issues still exist today. Our people are still suffering. Our people still cannot put food on their table. Our parents, our brothers and sisters in Liberia are still struggling to pay for their children's school fees. Our roads are still bad. Our hospitals are still struggling, not working. Our justice system is still non-existent. These issues still exist today. So we are asking each and every one of you, if your intention was to come and change those situations affecting our nation, but well, I have a message for you. All of those situations, all those things that I just highlighted still remains. So we're asking each and every one of you to come on board. Let's complete this journey together. This is about you.
Thank you.
This is about us. This is about Liberia. Let's come together and vote Joseph Yuma Boakai come November 14, 2023. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Sheriff, for your input. And then the next, Hannah, let's hear you.
Hello, everybody. Let me say hello to the viewers and our listeners also. It's a pleasure to be up here tonight again with you people. And I think I joined in listening to Mr. Cummings talking about his party making decision that he's not a part of. I'm not going to be long because each and every one of us up here practically saying the same thing. So I just want to point out this fact. The fact is, Mr. Cummings is aware of everything. Every decision his party is about to make, he is aware of it. Secondly, Mr. Cummings disappointed the Liberian people. Thirdly, to see a man like Mr. Cummings right now and say, okay, I respect this man for the decision he's making, I don't see it like that. No one is going to respect a man that is on video, on record, and saying, yes, I stand by my word that if I don't made it to this point, I'm going to support the opposition, and automatically you flip out on your decision, only for you to be hosting meetings with the very opposition, the same people you opted to change just weeks ago. So I just want to make it clear. It's not like Mr. Cummings is not in the know. It's not like an institutional thing, like few members of the party's his executive member put together and say, okay, we will make the decision, and then Mr. Cummings will just be neutral. This time, as crucial as this election is, and you're talking about neutrality, where, how?
Oh.
Okay, so I think we have some issues.
Miami never.
Yeah, so okay, so we will take Eston. Eston, go ahead.
Nelson, I'm extremely disappointed tonight. I'm extremely disappointed in Mr. Cummings' decision to abstain from the process. Firstly, if you all remember when I joined this show with a nomenclature opposition. I'm only on this show because I'm all about the opposition. So the Liberian people wanted to go with Ambassador Boakai. That's the reason why we are pushing the candidacy and the presidency of Ambassador Boakai. So, Mr. Cummings, I'm entirely disappointed in your position to remain neutral. So the whole idea of you picking to abstain from the process is an indirect acknowledgement of CDC, because why? Anything that takes away from the opposition, I'm against it. So being neutral, yes, you're not going to be casting a vote, but it takes away from the opposition. So why are we now? Are we not tired of suffering? So what was the whole idea of we are tired of suffering? Is it not to get rid of this incompetent government? What is going on today? So now we don't want to see another person. We want to keep suffering on this misfit of a government. What are we doing here, Mr. Cummings? And to be honest with you, I see some kind of deception from him here, and this is where I see the deception. Okay. If you were going to speak on the next issue about the irregularities in the first round of the election, you could pick a different day. Mr. Cummings had a lot of days after the final result in the first round were announced, you could have discussed that. You could have had a press conference about that and discuss that. But on the day that you choose to make a decision or determination on your position, and then you throw in the fact that, well, I'm going to abstain because the people cheated me or I felt cheated. That's a huge deception right there. And it's kind of in an indirect way, again, kind of spiteful. Anybody who is logical and thinking beyond, they would think that Mr. Cummings is being a little spiteful when he said, oh, I felt cheated, so I feel like I don't need to partake in the second round. You are taking away from opposition. Ambassador Boakai, you openly said it. If you do not win, you will follow whoever the opposition is. So it's a sad day. We are tired of suffering. This government must go, and Mr. Cummings must do better. And because this is going to hinder his future endeavors in election. Like someone said, he's very agile. He's very active. He lives an active life. He has a shot at it 2029. But with this, he might go from 1% to less than 1% if he ought to run. And I learned that, yeah, it's unfortunate. I'm really disappointed because I like him a lot. I'm disappointed.
Thanks a lot. Let's take Karishman and then we'll take Moba. Ms. Doran, thanks for joining us on the show tonight. We appreciate you. So Karishma, go ahead. Let's hear you. What's your take on this? Mr. Cummings has excluded himself from the process. Well, the executive committee is going to take on this whole process. They will decide who the CPP is going to endorse. By the end of the day, we have just two political parties. Well, is this a smart way of maybe just escaping his association with whatever decision the EC, the executive committee, is going to make? Is this is in a case where the CPP supports or pledges their support toward the CDC? Is it going to be a win for the opposition bloc, or is it going to be a loss? From all of what we're seeing here, is Mr. Cummings really living up to the very comments he made, which we played there over and over when he said, during the campaign period, when he said he will support the opposition community? Let's hear from you.
Thank you, Nelson. Hi, everyone. Hi, guys. How you guys doing tonight? Um, First, I must say that I'm not disappointed in Mr. Cummings. I saw this coming. I posted this on October 25th on my platform and made it clear that Mr. Cummings wasn't going to, after his press conference, stating that he have had meetings with both leaders and that he were about to have a team delegation that are going to be coordinating. Why are you coordinating? Like Maggie right there said, why are you coordinating with the ruling party when you have the retired suffering protests? Why is it difficult for you to make a decision when you talk about the suffering of the Liberian people? Or is it that Mr. Cummings actually did not love the Liberian people? And from my analysis, I want to say that I think Mr. Cummings is a very selfish man. He has an ego for power that he don't see the Liberian people. Because this is a crucial election. If you really in the interest of the people, you will make decisions. Like some of us, we made decisions in the interest of the people. You must be definite about what you say out there. When I came out, I said I was ready to support Honorable Boakai. A lot of people did not believe it because of my commitment to the CDC. They didn't think I would be fighting for the rescue mission. They didn't think I would be putting my life on the line. So when you make a commitment to the Liberian people, you should be able to live up to it. Let them respect you for it. Look at that. That is a bit shameful to sit in front of the people and tell them that you will support the opposition just in case you don't make it. And not just that, but they should hold you on your words. So you know what I mean for you to go back. And then at the end of the day, so let me tell you how the whole thing is going. Cummings is stepping back
Miami. Go ahead, mama.
Go ahead, guys.
That Miami.
Miami. That's how you know, Joe, we have a small brain. You comparing Monrovia with Miami instead of comparing
She
Monrovia
gone too.
Abidjan.
She gone too.
Miami. Miami. All right.
Okay, so I think mobile you can go ahead while after you.
Next,
no, let's take Miss Toyin.
Okay, that's fine.
Toyin, then after you, then right after her we'll take you. Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to repeat what everyone's saying, but I just want to bring something to our attention. A good planner will always plan for the future so they cannot make mistakes. 2005, when the runoff election was established, before Cummings came on board, he knew that the possibility of someone winning at the first round is slim. So he knew that if there should be a runoff, what should we do? He discussed with his people. It's not strange. He discussed with his people, so the people are always ready. If there should be a runoff, what they would do. So for the first time in 2017, on December 7, you know what he said? He talked about the competency of the election. He said it was not done correctly. It was rigid. It was irregular. The words he used. So for the peace sake of Liberia, he was not going to take a side. Today again, he using the same word. And he knew very well that there's possibility of the runoff. He always also promised the people if there should be, he will take the side of the opposition, where he comes from. And then today he talking about the peace of the people, the peace of the nation. What is he talking about? What is it he bringing to the table? Honestly speaking, I do have respect for him. But when it comes to decision making, a leader should make a decision that will be beneficial to the masses. If he says he's going to kick Josh Weah out, he should stand by his words. He should know that there will be a runoff immediately when the runoff was announced. He should come up and say, I am still an opposition, and it remains like that. I support the strength of the opposition. But he can't say it. And he comes to speak of peace. And another thing that this man, I really don't understand. Why is he always calculating and bringing forth information to transform the idea of the Liberian people, not transform, but confuse the ideas of the Liberian people. What you're adding, like in decision making, you have to dwell on the organizational structure, the leadership. If the leadership do have the right, he's not the owner of it. Who told you that? You start in meeting with these people. You make decision with these people. And you people sat down. What make you to go have meeting with CDC if you never knew where to go? He shouldn't fool us. Long time we knew that he was not going to take a side. He did it before. It's not strange. He's even doing it today again. And he did it and left the country. I'm just surprised at him. Nobody should sugarcoat the whole thing. This man is aware, he's informed, and he did what he did because he cannot make decisions. And I will just tell the Liberian people, this man do not love Liberia. He only love what he planned to have as a president of Liberia. If he cannot become president, he behave like a crab in a bucket. A crab in a bucket. If you cannot get out, nobody should get out. You know, when they first time to get from the they get it from the trap, you know. They say, who told you, man? They come back in here like all we're going apart with their way. So that's what he's doing. And my Liberian people, the opposition that are not coming up, they don't love you. They don't love you. I beg you. You open your eyes and look around you and see the tension you are undergoing. See what's happening in your life. If they love you, like Cummings, if Cummings really love us, you're going to take decision. But he don't love us. It's clear. I don't have anything to say because he's aware and informed. So today, in time, if I left some meaning said there.
Thank you,
Madam Doyen. Thank you, Madam Doyen.
We keep the money in the bank for next time.
One thing, I gave him the rest of my meeting ticket.
Mrs. Doyle, you exhausted your time. But let me say this.
I didn't know.
Mama,
I didn't know.
Mama, let me say this. I think Maggie wants to come in. Maggie,
no, let me get out. Let me get out.
Yeah,
I'm going to work. Yeah, let me get out. But if I try coming, bring me back.
Yeah, hopefully, it's a tough thing, but hopefully we'll bring you back.
Okay.
I see Charisma is in the background as well. But let's have Moba to conclude on this talking point so we can now move on. So, Mikey, just jot down your point. I'm going to come back to you. You were asked whether if it is a
no,
question.
I just want to say one small tiny thing before I lost. I just wanted to say, what was the purpose of Mr. Cummings' red card to President Weah? What was the purpose?
Nothing. You want to be referee?
Yeah, what was the purpose? Was it assured?
Yeah, you
Thank
want to be
you.
referee?
He having meetings with President Weah.
Thank
what
you.
was the
That's a
purpose
good
that
question.
you are passing up red cards? Because when you get somebody, nobody want to. When we were in school, when you get red card, you want to show your parents your red card.
Okay, thank you.
How
Thank
many?
you. Let's hold you there and move to Moba, and then we'll have to transition to our next talking point. Charisma, welcome back. I see a flashlight flashing straight in your eyes. That's Miami for you. I have to do this. Let's hear your take on this issue. Moba, take your 2 minutes quickly so we move on to our next talking point.
Thank you, Nelson. My colleague has said it all, but the only thing I want to emphasize on when he said on record, that word is very strong. On record, and more especially he said it with his mouth. It's not something that he never read on the paper. He said on record. If I win, I will support any opposition candidate. But from the beginning of all these things that happen, I want to believe strongly Mr. Kumi he don't take his own position. He don't say things for it to work. A whole Bible is, let's say, the committee, whatever they say, that's what he go up. You get you get somebody like Mariah Yakula. She make decision for Mr. Cummings. And when we come here, we say, if people say we lie. Whatever Mariah said, that's the final. People were beating on United Party lawmaker in the house. The same ANC people, they said the United Party lawmaker was in the house. They were holding Bravi, so they were bleeding Mr. Boakai. Why the people bleed? And they're forgetting to know all those people. They are full-grown people who make decisions for themselves. But today, you see Mr. Kumi sitting. He get people that ban. He get people that the other sheriff on our show. He get Mariah Yakula. He get Yasiri. They come, whatever they say. That's why he will agree on, and the committee will agree to it. Mr. Kumi, what has changed in the government? The secret killing, the 3 missing boys you talk about. Mr. Kumi, you forget that you the one was the president who perpetrated the session on the government. Are you forgetting? But today, you set a committee to go meet with the same government that you preach against for more than 6 years. You came America, mobilized me or senators, people sang, people went to the executive, talk a lot of things. End of the day, you still go in bed with this government. What has changed, Mr. Cummings? You cannot compare George Weah government and the led of Joseph Yema Boakai when it comes to decision making. Mr. Boakai is competent, is more competent, is 100% competent when it comes to leadership ability than George Weah. We saw it during the Malawi Georgian Salih. People say, oh, this what they coming rescued or there was 12 years. They were there for 12 years. But the thing they did, they set a foundation that George Weah have destroyed within less than 6 years. So there's no way for us to come on the platform and sugarcoat anything. I mean, everything. Mr. Kumi, I am disappointed in you. We were looking at you for 2029 to push your agenda, to tell the people who you are. But today, you are disappointed. You get people like Mariah Yakula who will never give you good advice. All she will tell you, she will only preach hate. about Unity Party because and she forgetting to know the same government she degrading today, she work within our government to tell you how hypocrite our people are in our country. She work in our government, but today she can't support. And she was the same person who was on Spoon Talk few years ago, telling the world that, let me conclude by saying this, telling the world that there was secret killing missing boys, auditor death, hardship, no jobs in the hospital, all these things. But why change? And they're going back to that same CDC. It's like you vomit and you lick it. So you adore the thing. Because when you talk and vomit and lick it.
That's a very harsh one, Moba.
No, I take my word back. I take my word back, but I'm just making a comparison of you can say something as a leader, and then end of the day, you can't go by that word. Even when you become president tomorrow, you say something, it would be like water.
Thank you.
Although I'm not a fan of Taylor, but if Taylor says something, he gotta do it. I'll make a man. When a man speak, let him do what he speak.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for
no, quickly.
No, I think about Cindy. I think about.
No, I know you took it back. Let me clean with our voice. At the same way we hold our leaders accountable, and say when you come back in 2029, the people will hold you accountable for your decision today. Any words you say here too, when you want to be town chief in Lofa, they will come after you.
But it's funny, but I think that's a point there. Cindy, you have a point. That's a very important point there. So yes, and let me say this: a lot of people will say that I've heard so many of you say, "Oh, this other person called me," and so the fact that we come on this platform every day, we don't know, but there are thousands of people who know us, who follow us just from here. And the fact that this thing is recorded, somebody can just record some kind of portion where he's saying some kind of thing that I'm reconnecting. They could use that against you tomorrow. So let's be mindful of that as well. But we're about to transition to another discussion, the ACOB endorsement of the Unity Party today as well. Is something very important to talk about. But let's have our sister Charisma to conclude in just 1 minute, because we're on what the Miami electricity carry you. Anyway, let's hear you.
The whole Miami off. NEC just went off completely. Anyway, this is what we have in Miami. I don't know if the higher one of Miami looking at me on us. All right, so let me just conclude quickly. Nelson, thank you. So I was trying to say that what Cummings is doing is that he's playing the devil advocate game because he has been promised to merge with CDC comes 2029. And they gave him the assurance that if he supports United Party, there will be Jeremiah Kuhn for 2029. And he won't stand a chance to beat Jeremiah Kuhn. So they told him to not show his support to Unity Party, that he should show his support, but he should do it in a tactical way, by sending all your people to go and support CDC. So if I'm not mistaken, tomorrow, some of the youths from the CPP will be endorsing CDC. A lot of them.
No. But in fact, sorry, just before getting there, there's this youth group from the ANC that endorsed the CDC. I think most of you are aware of that. Of the very ANC. So that's where we are with that. But just laying your thoughts. So we could take just few calls on this one before transitioning to our next talking point.
Okay, so let me just close up with it. So not just the youth, but people that supported him from the administration, they're going to be showing their support in joking form on social media through their platform, but it's all in accordance with what Cummings has planned as per his position. But I can say for a fact that he made the wrongest decision ever in his political life. This is the end of Cummings' political career. If he comes back 2029, he will meet us. He will meet, for me, Charisma.
So, Charisma, what do you think is going to be the message? And maybe this one, anybody can respond to this, but what do you think is going to be the message that the Liberian people are going to use, or other politicians are going to use against Mr. Cummings in 2029? What is the message? What are they going to use as a campaign against him?
That he put his greed and interest first. Because I mean to know that Cummings requested for money from CDC. Cummings requested for 1.5 million.
Are you sure of that, Encouragement?
Yes, I am very
Cummings,
sure of that. Yes, I am. I'm very, very sure of that. I'm on record too. And you are on record. I'm on record.
Okay. Francis, let's hear from you. What do you think is going to be the campaign that they'll use?
I think anybody can just come on and call him, like one of our sisters, somebody said he's selfish, and it'll say he's not a man of his word. You can't believe anything he says. If he gets into office, he will tell you he will build roads, but he will not build roads. So then it will refer to his video, or take me by my word, I'll support the opposition. They will play, they can put that on the loop and keep playing it and keep playing. Just throw other phrases into it. He's not a man of his word. He's not a man of his word. And he has proven it. So that's it.
And what makes it more stronger?
Let's hear from Eston. Eston, what do you think?
Go ahead.
Well, Nelson, I was going to also interject that our people, if you follow the trends or even in Liberia now, when you do things that is contrary to their liking, they will start to pay you. I'll give an example. Akaras Gray, that whole taking students attacks at the University of Liberia, they pay him bigly by voting Prince Toes. Mr. Cummings have to be very careful. The decision he made, the people might pay him unfavorably in 2029. You got to be very careful. Liberian people, they are starting to mark people who make bad decisions, and they will pay you at the polls. Thank you, Nels.
What makes it more stronger, that war he used, I'm on record. That war we're hunting tomorrow. You already go to the pulpit and tell the war, because I'm in Liberia, but the war at large, I'm on record. Take me for my words. I will support any opposition. So that war alone could hunt him tomorrow in the future. That's what I want to say.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a whole lot. And with this, I think we can take just a few calls on this one before going to the big news. I don't know if I should turn it that way. The ACOB is a big news here, because that's why a lot of people are talking about. All the different media outlets have captured that as well. But listen, there is this projection. It may be right, it may not be right, but there is this projection that two things are going to happen, guys. And I want us to look at this. There is this projection that what we're seeing playing on now with Mr. Cummings and the CDC, remember, the CPP already has a case before NEC, before the National Elections Commission. So the projection is that immediately following the pledge of support to the CDC,
they're gonna withdraw.
The National Elections Commission is going to call Mr. Cummings. That case is going to turn in the favor of Mr. Cummings. But then the other side is that, are you guys hearing me? Am I on?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah.
We won't make noise.
Okay.
Make some noise.
Don't make some noise for me. I'm okay. So yes, so that case
I know, right?
is going to turn in the favor of Mr. Cummings. But here's what's going to happen. We are already at a point where the second round is cast in stone, November 14th. So whether recount or whatever the case is glaring that Mr. Cummings will not get the percentage, the 50% plus one or whatever. He will not get it. At the end of the day, it's going to go down on records that Mr. Cummings won that case or what have you. You know, that's a projection here coming from an independent mind. And it may be right, it may not be right, but that's just something to look up for.
Well, how does that benefit though?
What the purpose? If they come back that he won the case, what are you gonna do for the Liberian people?
Rather move forward, man. That topic.
Okay. So let me answer what it's gonna do for the Liberian people. Mr. Comey is not. Mr. Comey is in there so that the Liberian people will understand what happened to their votes. Mr. Comey is in this to hold the National Election Commission accountable so that future election will not experience what we are experiencing this election and past elections. Mr. Comey said it in his video. He said, whatever happened will not change the outcome of the election and it won't stop the runoff. However, it's going to bring accountability. It's going to bring fairness to the process, and the Liberian people will know exactly what happened to the election. And I think it's a good stand that he should take. And we all, no matter what side we are on, should support that. Let us know what happened to our election.
Thank you. Let's take a few calls on this topic.
I want to know, Nelson, 1 second, please.
Yes, let's take a few topics on this. We need a few calls, right? We need to go to the ACOB talking point. I see our guy Vasco wants to come in, but you can come on when you can. You have the link already, but let's take some calls on this. I'm pinning the WhatsApp number on the screen now that you can call and make a point. Let's take our first caller here while I try to put the number on the screen. Hello?
Yeah, Nelson.
Yeah, hello, go ahead. You're live.
Yeah, how you doing? This is Ben Gabo from Philadelphia.
Yeah,
Nelson, this whole thing about Alexander Cummings, it's now strange because when you look at the trends of Alexander B. Cummings from 2005 to now, it's the same thing that's always been repeating. He used this English fielder, and the Liberian people don't know exactly what he's saying. My brother, opposition is opposition. There's no amount of nothing can explain to anybody. You stated it clear when you had a press conference. No matter if I lose or not, I'm going to support opposition. So what is the negotiation about? Negotiation of what? That's my point I really want to get from this opposition. What are you negotiating? 6 years you saw this man doing what he's doing and you criticize it. So what is the negotiation for? What creating room for negotiation? That's my point. In creating room for negotiation, if you see some level of goodness that you see in the past, that change. But we go 6 years, 2 weeks to election. Is that where something want to change that you want to go to negotiation? Mr. Kwame, we're fool. We're not stupid. We're not crazy. But my brother, society, let's start with George, Mr. Kwame, and let's start with George opposition. That think that 2 weeks time, that bring people life has become better.
Thank you.
What I want to say.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for your contribution, Bien Gabu, for making your input. We'll take 5 more calls and then we'll move to our next talking point. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, please go ahead and name
this is late night show.
Yes, you're live. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much for this platform, Abraham. That you got calling from New Jersey.
Okay.
Let me just. I did want to say something here. You, I think Olusha Gu, who is ANC. You know, he can't be. He's supporting the government. You know, this guy are working with the National Social Security, and we know what they did there. I think there was a money that got missing from Social Security. You know, those people will not support Boakai. Bility then, and you know what happened to Bility with the Liberian government and Bility, you will not support Boakai. And you know, Benson Garfini will not support Joseph Boakai because of the Banco saga. All of these things. So you must know the trench that the people are following.
Okay.
Yeah, so these are the topics. So we should not expect these people to support. And Kumi should just stand by. You will know that the Liberian people will not allow this man to
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Let's take this person on the line. Hello. Yeah, go ahead. There's a noise coming from your background. Yeah, fully go ahead quickly. Let's see.
I mean, like, because the people know the comment section.
The CPC, thank you for the decision that they have taken. No serious-minded people want to join the UP based on their past and current event.
Okay.
Maybe a
is becoming very divisive in nature.
How is the UP? How is the UP?
President, we are all the way.
Oh, hello, Eric. Eric, hello. You see, Eric going. I was about to ask Eric.
How is
the UP becoming divisive? But let's take this person here. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Please go ahead quickly.
Hey, thank you, Nancy. Quick thing I just wanted to bring up. Look, we understand that Unity Party or ANC is not going to endorse Unity Party because the very place that Unity Party is in right now, the position they're in, ANC I wish to be in that position, and they don't have it. If you look at the people in the diaspora that went to Liberia to vote, the ANC guy, see their expression, see how they talk, see the way that a lot of them are so angry or bitter. But I think what Unity Party is doing, let them keep doing that, keep engaging the people. There are a lot, like the last time I heard you, Nessie, you were talking about the invalid vote, 100,000+.
114,000.
Okay, yeah. So if you look at the invalid vote, it's even more than all of the percentage that we're talking about, those guys that you wanted to endorse.
Thank you.
So
thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Let's read there. Let's take okay, so we'll take 2 more calls and then we'll wrap up. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, please go ahead. Your name and where you call from. Please go ahead. Please say your name and where you are calling from.
Yeah, my name is Waki Mianwipia. I'm calling from Toronto, Canada.
Go ahead quickly, sir.
Yeah, I don't know why you guys are discussing about Kumi, but are you guys hearing me?
Yeah, you are live. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know why you guys are wasting your time discussing Kumi. Kumi is like what we call in physics scalar quantity. You have magnitude but no direction, and it seems to be.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, but go ahead, sir. You are live. Okay, take just 30 seconds to conclude now.
Okay, I will soon be done. And I asked a friend before when I was still in Ghana, we asked him, I said, well, why when the bird sits on the tension wire, nothing happened to the bird? But he said, and the bird can sit on the wire with his 1 foot. So coming is somebody who sits on the
Our brother simply trying to say Comey is not grounded.
When we're wasting your time discussing Comey.
Thank you. Thank you. That's all you there. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Then we will take the final call here and then we wrap up. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Please go ahead. Your name and where you come from.
Okay, my name is Gawanti. I'm calling from Perth, Western Australia.
Okay. It's good to have you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. And what I want to say here is I just want to appreciate all of you on the platform. And I don't want us to dwell on comments. Let us focus on the Unity Party and those of the opposition that have Liberia at heart.
Thank you.
Because this guy, he does not have the people at heart. He just wants to go into the presidency, and he was going to be more than George Weah, as I'm looking at him. He was going to be more than George Weah. So let us not focus on him. Let's focus on the November 14 election and how best we can put ourselves together to bring victory to this country.
Thank you. Thanks a whole lot. Thanks a lot.
I remember Mickey spoke on Kumi's attitude and he called him dead man walking or whatsoever, but Sunny wasn't happy on the show. And exactly what Mickey said, that's what he's doing.
Okay, thank you. Let's hold you there. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, you say tonight, so I can't be happy again.
So let me say this. Mickey made that statement in the political context. So yeah.
She can't be so I can be sad. So she like to see me sad.
So we have to move on. I want to say welcome, Shirley. thanks for joining us on the show tonight. And I see our brother Vasco is in the background as well. We'll bring Vasco on. But I'm told to always bring the females up. So let me bring the females up. And let Moba.
You can post every down and put me up.
Oh, that's Sherry. Sherry, she came for you.
You can put me.
It's a good man. It's a no-brainer.
Okay, so guys,
so I can peek at him.
Okay, so it's good to be here again, and well, let's talk about this ACOB thing a bit.
We on the radio now. Nothing.
Well, let's talk about mobile.
Yeah, I think we're on the radio now.
Okay, no, I'm going to check it. Let me try to do that. I'll check it. I'm going to check it. So let's
see that for 19 talking what doing here.
He's on Facebook. He's not on all the platforms. He's on YouTube.
Let's
all the radio stations.
So let's talk about this ACOB thing a bit. A lot of you are aware that the ACOB made her carry on the endorsement today. What does this say? What does this mean for the Unity Party?
Yeah, I need to start that topic because I'll soon be leaving. I gotta go get food.
And considering that like Mr. Cummings, we saw a similar move by
hello? Am I going to study the hour?
Miami internet.
Sorry.
A lot of things happening.
So
a lot of things happening in Miami.
He's back.
So yes, so we saw a similar move when he met with President George Weah, and he came back and also had a meeting with Ambassador Boakai. Today, finally, they endorsed the Unity Party. I'm here, guys. I don't know what's happening to those guys. When I post the number, I say WhatsApp only. It means that you should call only on WhatsApp. Don't call me directly on the line. I don't know. But again, this is where I want you guys to share your thoughts on this topic. Do we have two versions of the ACOB? Maybe we should start with Sharif on this one.
My man, about to leave out. That's how me. Let do it, my man.
Okay. So then, Moba, you can go. Let's hear you. Let's hear you.
Yeah. What I want to tell ACOB tonight, I know like I'm congratulating first, and secondly, I'm so excited because they know the right place to go. And let me make this clear, right? I see a lot of ANC folks and the CDC folks on social media. A lot of them saying that if they endorse Unity Party, mean the country is not going nowhere. It mean that it mean that nothing good will happen in the country. It's not what we're talking about. What we are saying here is the same opposition people who are slashing this government from the back, and then today they're sitting with the government, and we are supporting the Unity Party. The reason being we support the Unity Party because we know that for the past 12 years, they did well, they set the foundation, and CDC can destroy the foundation. So for ACOB to endorse a Unity Party, look, you see a lot of great things in it. They know the factors, the way they both candidates, the way they both party, and they see the maturity. That's the reason. And that's the reason why we're calling on Mr. Cummings to make that same decision. He shouldn't rely on his executive. Yeah, my brother saying it's not dictatorship, blah, blah, blah. But look at what Gonglo. People say, man, I'm not happy, but the man came out. People speak. Some people went, some people when they say what they want to say, the day they came, he was able to convince his people and getting reason. Getting reason for supporting Unity Party. I expect Mr. Cummings to do the same. And that's the reason today our ACOB did the same. A lot of people, and you could see some people went to CDC because he stood his ground. He was like, you know what? I understand the political dynamic in the country. I know if a seditions, a person to the president or President A Kalasco come and call the Mandingo people, excuse me for that word, Mandingo
No,
dog.
don't use the word if you know the word is not a good word.
Yeah, but I say excuse me for that word. I mean to say I quoting it from myself, I quoting it from Kalasco. And a video was circulating. We all saw the video, right? A video was circulating. A girl who was saying that we were bringing Mandingo door them shop and loot it. She's all the things, and she said, y'all blessed. Y'all think that nothing that happened in Lofa. All those words, it resonated in Lucini Camara ear, Dr. Lucini Camara ear. And he said, you know what? I got to make my decision. And we expect Kumi to make that decision. And I can say kudos to him, and I will respect him. When I go library, I'll make sure I visit him. And I will sit down with him.
Mama, just before you go, just before you go, what do you make of it? What do you make of the other aspect where some folks claiming to be members of ACOB equally endorse the CDC today?
Yeah, because all those people were given money. They were circulating, they getting $1 million. Look, they say whatever smoke air, fire there. They get our people money to endorse CDC. And we know that, and half of the people, that people know who greedy. They are greedy and they want to bring division in the party. And what the Senator Barrow stood his ground. And what I will keep emphasizing on Mr. Kumi. I expect Mr. Kumi to stand his ground. To like, you know what? We can't do this. I swear I took an oath. You got to take oath about the word you use on our pulpit. It's an oath by itself. You are saying words that you know that tomorrow when you do it, will haunt you. And that's what Mr. Kumi did. And today we can see it will haunt him. No matter what people say, sedition. Now you see that sedition, the funny Mr. Kumi, the thing are good. Mr. Kumi with Allah. Do I want to be in a raid next year? I mean, 2029. See you weekend in it. So I will see you later.
Thank you, Mama. Thanks for joining us. So let's move to Sharif. Let's take Sharif. We'll come to you, Eston. Sharif, go ahead.
Yeah. So first of all, I want to congratulate and also thanks our people from the ACOB political party. You know, ACOB, for some of us, has a major impact on us. My father was a founding member of ACOB in Lofa, and my dad also too was a founding member of Unity Party. His childhood friend was Edward Benya Kisely, and my dad even served jail time for Edward Benya Kisely in the 80s when Samuel Doe regime was cracking down. Then the newly founded political party called Unity Party. My dad served jail time trying to escape with Edward Benya Kisely, because when Doe sent his troops to go and arrest the Dr. Benya Kisely, my dad was one of the people that actually escaped him. And then when he came in and searched the entire village, they couldn't locate him. So as a result, my dad was incarcerated. So I have deep history. I have deep connection to the two political parties. With that being said, today was a massive victory for the Unity Party. It was even a bigger victory for the Liberian people, because this was a sign of patriotism, and all amount of money was thrown at the faces of the ICO hierarchies. We have done some work in the background, and we managed to communicate with some hierarchy in the party in the back, simply because due to our connections, and even up to now, some of our family members are still key decision makers of the party. Again, a great leader, sometime your great leadership is determined based on a decision you make, and a decision that Mr. Lucini Camara, along with his political chairman and also the rest of the political parties, reflect on what happened today. You saw the gathering, you saw the amount of people that trooped to that party headquarters, and there was a massive celebration ongoing. And in terms of significance, this is the biggest endorsement that has ever happened, and this is the biggest endorsement that can ever happen in this election.
No, sorry, Sherry, why are you talking about this being the biggest endorsement?
It is the
You are
biggest
aware that
endorsement. It is the biggest endorsement
you
simply
are
because
aware that a faction of ACOB pledged their support today as well to the CDC.
I will address that shortly. So when we started negotiation with ACOB, ACOB promised us, the Unity Party, that they was going to pledge their support to us in the second round. There was two individuals mainly. It was the Ali Sila and Ansu Dole. Ali Sila is the campaign chairman, and Ansu Dole happened to be the party chairman. Those are the two oppositions to that proposition for them to join the Unity Party. But up until last night, Ansu Dole, the party chairman, was the guy. He was the last person last night to join. And we all know the history with Ali Sila and the Unity Party. Ali Sila is a recruit of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Ali Sila came to prominence in during Ellen's second term, and he served at the Justice Ministry at the time. And then from then, Ellie appointed him as one of the diplomats to Qatar. So, based on his personal interest, he's afraid that he doesn't want to lose his job. That's one of the main reasons why that he opposed everything. Apart from him, again, is another guy again, which is one Sharif brother who contested on a representative ticket in District Number 2 in Montserrado County. He's one of the guys. This guy do not hold any significance in terms of number, because I'm using that insignificant because they do not bring any value to the party in terms of whatever vote they're going to affect us. But this is what let me conclude by saying this.
Yeah, just in 20 seconds.
Yeah, I'm going to conclude by saying this because I'm about to leave anyway. So the reason why that I said that this is the biggest endorsement in this election, if in terms of numbers, ACOB came number 4. All right. And when you try to factor the significance of all those political parties, I would basically put ACOB number 3 simply because Mr. Appleton factor somehow we all can agree here, and we can all see based on who the two political parties are pursuing for their endorsement. Mr. Appleton has not been the guy that everybody is running after. He has always been ANC. Even ANC that garnered less vote, people are running after ANC than Mr. Appleton because they know Mr. Appleton does not play that major role in this election. So that's for that reason alone, I put ACOB number 3. And with that factor, based on the base that they have in Lofa County, based on the bases they have in Nimba, based on the base they have in Montserrado, that alone can easily propel any political party to victory in the second round. And that political party happened to be Unity Party. And I can tell you, this election is done and dusted for Unity Party. We're going to win it. We're going to win it free and fairly, and it'll be landslide. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Sharif. Thanks for making your input. So we will now move on to take one of the females. So let's take Mikey. Mikey, go ahead. You are muted, Mikey. Mikey, can you unmute?
I'm sorry. Yes, I was. Yeah, I would like to say congratulations to the Liberian people because Liberia won. Thanks to the ACOB for coming over. And this is something that Mr. Cummings should learn from. If you say you are opposition, you oppose the ruling establishment, you should be on the Unity Party side. So
no, sorry, Mikey, you are muted again. I don't know what's happening to your gadget. Again, you are muted. Okay, so maybe we can come back to Mikey, but let's take Shirley. let's have Maggie replaced with another female. Shirley, you want to go? You can share your thoughts on this endorsement. Today, the Unity Party was endorsed by ACOB. What does this mean for the Unity Party? What does it say about the process? And what exactly are the extra benefits that this is going to have for the Unity Party in terms of vote, considering that there are other political parties that are still on the fence?
Well, thank you so much, Nelson. It's always on here, be here for our people.
Yes, sir.
I will personally say that first, congratulations to our women. We now get to see that the Liberian people are getting the message across. People are getting everything that we are trying to put out here anytime we come here every night. But congratulations to us Liberian, because we actually need to have a better Liberia. And so I'm sorry, I'm not.
Yeah, you are live.
You can hear me now. Okay.
No, you've been live. We've been hearing you. We've been hearing
Okay.
you.
No,
the entire team.
Okay.
You were clear the entire team going.
Okay, so yeah, congratulations to our Liberian people. So just know that another person who was in the running race can understand that Liberians need a better Liberia, and he can come on the winning team and decide to be part of us. So that is a big win for us, but also a big win for him, because he now telling the Liberian people that I have your interest at heart, regardless of what happened, that I didn't get to where I'm supposed to be. I'm gonna join this person who gonna bring change to Liberia and be part of the change that's supposed to happen in our country. So congratulations to him first, as congratulations to him as well, who can identify that Liberians need a better Liberia.
What do you make? What do you make of the other side? The other aspect where a group of individuals from the very ACOB, a few of them endorsed the CDC on the other side.
And I think I would say, like, there's nothing wrong with that, because it's all about relationship, right? You get to pick which side you want to go on. And we are not going to focus on that. We're just going to focus on the people who have Liberia or Liberians at heart to come on board to stand for Liberia. And if the other people think that getting on the other side is better, that's their business, because I mean, they don't have our people at heart, and it's clear. And if they can choose money or I will say money, but I'm just going to leave it like that, as you know, those people don't have our people at heart. If they had our people at heart, they will be on the winning team. They will be on the team that is focused on creating a better Liberia for our children and for our grandchildren.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, Shirley. Then we will take one male. Let's take Vasco, and then we'll go across.
Nancy, can I finish? Or after Vasco?
No, yeah, after Vasco, I want you to just set your gadget.
Okay, go ahead, Vasco.
Let's just go ahead.
No, go ahead, Vasco, after you.
Okay, let me say hi to everybody here. So,
hi, Vasco.
Nelson, please, man, when you come on, you gotta use my phone. So once you don't send me the link, it will always be difficult for me to come on.
We are using
YouTube or Facebook.
Where you want a piece of candy?
So guys, stop interrupting Vasco. Let's let me tell you again. Yeah, wait, let me tell you something quick. The same thing that happened last night coming happen again. Your computer you're going off. You do that thing. You're until we our you'll be on the show. You're until anytime. So Vasco, please go ahead. You don't interrupt Vasco. let's have him to make his point.
Nelson, yesterday when we were having a discussion, I said something about political parties, how these parties come out to make decisions, especially when it comes to runoff elections. Okay, so the head of the party, which is the chairman, most people don't know, chairman is the head of the party. He controls the day-to-day activity of the party. So, and they have an executive committee. I said it yesterday. I said most of this support people pledging, it will always be like this, because once these people come together and that entire committee don't come out with one word, there will always be split. And this is what we're looking at. So it happened today with ACOB. And I mean, I respect ACOB view, my pledging and support to the Unity Party. But on the other hand, we should know that ACOB is divided bigly. The youth league of ACOB went to the CDC, the women league went to the CDC, and all the people that ran on the party ticket, like the representative aspirants, senatorial aspirants, they're all going to CDC. So that's a big split in ACOB. So that way they see what's going to happen, how the result will look like during the election. Like I said, if you got to understand that Liberia is a democratic state, we practice democracy, everybody have the free will. So people shouldn't come here to bash at somebody when they decide to take their decision to pledge support to another candidate. I see all of you bashing at Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings made it very clear. They may say they came out, I think, like 15 different counts that they gave out to the various political party that want them to pledge support. And one of the major things in those 15 counts was the issue of the war crime court, in which, of course, the Unity Party couldn't meet up with that demand.
But does the CDC is the CDC in the position to meet up with that demand?
Yes, that's the reason why tomorrow you're gonna see gonna be the biggest endorsement on 19th Street. Our chairman came out today. Mumba Malu came out today, and he made it clear. So CDC is the only party that agreed to the ANC 15 or how many counts they came out with. And one of the major ones in our count was the war crime court. And we agreed to establish a war crime court. So that's the reason why the ANC is coming our way. So let us respect them.
Thank you. Guys, no interruption. Thank you, Pastor.
That's it. That's in the population. I even get 3 minutes.
Can I finish?
I one day computer. I'm trying to avoid this whole thing going on for me today. So yeah.
No problem.
I can understand last night you guys enjoy yourselves. You had a show for the longest. Let me bring Mickey here on. I see Toure is in the background as well. Can I bring Toure on?
Let me take a bring Toure.
Okay, so go Francis, then I can bring Toure.
Mickey, don't come here.
Let me just real quick.
Mickey, let him speak, then you can leave.
No. Let's have Francis to come in, guys. Let's stop interrupting.
Francis, please discuss the issue. What everybody
Vasco, chill. I'll address you. First of all, I want to congratulate ACOB for making that decision. And what we fail to realize, we can try to intellectualize all of the decisions people make, but still, the Liberian people will go the way they want to go, right? So the Liberian people believe in that standard bearer. So all that stuff they're talking about, trying to use words and everything, party chairman, this, that, and the order. The Liberian people believe in that standard bearer. Where the standard bearer go, that's why 60 to 70% of the constituents go. So you can talk about all the other people that went the other way. Look at the contracts today. The ACOB endorsement was at the ACOB party headquarters. Look at the sea of people that were there. Look at the group that went to endorse the CDC. The chicken behind my house there with plenty of party. Then you also what he he talked about. Vasco mentioned something again.
War crime court.
War crime court. What incentive does CDC have to keep up to that word? They can say anything. Give me 3
minimum demand, I will meet everything. But you a fool would believe that CDC. Didn't they also support similar stuff in 2017? All the promises they made in 2017, did they live up to it? That now, when they have nothing to lose after 6 years or after a second term, they'll live up to that list that communists sent to them? Of course, they are the only party in position to accept anything that comes their way, because they know what? They have no intention of keeping their word. Plain and simple. So you don't try to make it seem like some kind of honorable decision that they have to make. Oh, yeah, CDC is the only one that has credibility. No, they have no credibility. They don't believe anything that they say themselves. So it's easy for them to agree to anything that is put in front of them, because as soon as, if they should win, they will just rip everything up and put it in the trash and continue to steal the Liberian people money and give them expired drugs. Miami current going off. People have no security. He said, buy CCTV. And then he enriched himself here in cronies. They are set for life. Talking about they accepted everything from CBP.
Thank you. But Francis, just before you go, Francis, do you see the possibility?
Can I ask?
Vasco, you're not talking to you. You're talking to me.
Francis, yeah, I'm coming, Francis. Do you see the possibility of the CDC establishing a
Absolutely not. I know what Leslie asking.
Absolutely not.
You know what the question is, eh?
Because think about it. Annie Johnson Sirleaf is betraying her own vice president by supporting George Weah, because she knows George Weah will do no such thing. Only Boakai can hold people accountable when he comes into office. So CDC has no incentive. Nobody will hold him responsible, because they will rip up the deal and walk away. You can't recall the election and you say, oh, because I didn't meet the demand of Alexander coming in the CPP. That's not going to happen. He will already be there, and all hell will break loose on the Liberian people. And that will not happen. Thanks to a major endorsement like ACOB that came through today, and more to come. You can sit there and say committee and standard bearer. We know the Liberian people believe in that party standard bearer. So wherever they go, for the most part, they are constituents.
Oscar, can I ask another question here?
I mean, you're not a moderator yet.
No, the reason is because I wanted to ask question I would have asked. You don't have any background to ask
I'm
question.
the only man. I'm the only guy have the opposing view yet.
No,
can I ask my brother one question?
Not here, guys. So
please, just one question.
I'm gonna quit until Nelson gets back.
My brother, when you're done, you get.
So right now,
also can ask a question.
Right now,
I'm not even ask a question. Nobody have asked a question. Why will you just come late and ask a question? No.
Right now, Nelson is not here. I'm gonna let the next person go.
Yeah, I was next.
I'm gonna ask.
Hold on, guys. Nelson can bring to in my place.
On this topic, I want to show my appreciation.
Thank you so much.
I want to show my. Can everybody please mute a young Lord background sound?
I'll recognize you to talk, but you can go ahead now.
Okay, Miss Shirley. On this topic, I like to show my appreciation. Firstly,
I'm trying to, but everybody's trying to talk. I will.
Okay. Are we all set?
Yeah, go ahead. Your turn. Go ahead.
So on this topic, I would like to show my appreciation firstly to our ACOB people by saying, Alhamdulillah, mean all praises to God in their religion. So having said that, I have a Christian background, of course, raised in the Episcopal Church. We say God moves in a mysterious way, and it showed clearly with ACOB endorsement of Ambassador Boakai. A whole lot of things happened, and that led to this decision today. A lot of things could have happened in the opposite way. Say, for instance, if Carrasco had not done what he did, we all know, I'm not going to repeat it. If probably other people who have been saying ACOB would have likely went the way of the powers that be, CDC. But I, for one, knew that there was no way with the magnitude of what Carrasco did to those people. I never saw them going the way of the powers that be. Let me draw some analogy here to conclude. African leaders, they are usually, not all, but more likely, most of them are tyrannical and they are evil. And here's why they do that. They kind of suppress the people who put them to power, they marginalize them so that they have domain over wealth and power, so they suppress the people. So here's what happened in ACOB. So if Mr. Lucini Camara did not have his own funds, his own success,
You still got one more minute. Let me talk.
giving his group of people to the government because they have all the money, they've looted the coffers of the government, they have all the riches. But something that worked on our behalf, ACOB have their own base, they have their own funds, they have their own ground, they are a very solid party. So they went with the party that made the most sense for the Liberian people, the party that trying to unseat a very corrupt and inept government. And this is why ACOB opted to go with. You can say one or two people from ACOB went with CDC. It doesn't count because if you look at the crowd today, a mammoth crowd. It was massive turnout, and we all saw it live on Facebook. I watched it from start to end. That crowd gives Unity Party a clear edge. There is no doubt in my mind that Unity Party goes into this runoff November 14 with a clear lead. I retire right here, guys.
Maggie, finish your point.
But Shouldn't gonna be crying yet.
Let Maggie finish her point, guys.
I'm coming 1 minute. Amy,
yes,
I'm off my electricity. My computer is
okay, go ahead.
down. If you can just let me make my point quickly, I can
Go ahead, Karishma.
Yeah, sorry for that.
You good.
In Miami, our light went off a couple of minutes back. Yeah.
That's go ahead.
Firstly, I want to say a big thank you to our Muslim brothers, our fathers, our grandmothers, aunts, uncles for endorsing the rescue mission, as I called it, today. That is the biggest we have had. And I'm also looking out to Honorable Snow coming on board. I'm also looking at Honorable Alex Tyler endorsing the new elected senator of Bombay County as well. And I'm also looking at young minds from the CPP coming on board as well, even though you will have others who might follow the party mandate or might want to follow some other individuals, but we still have like-minded people who believe in the change that the CPP preached when Kumi spoke and said that he was going to support the opposition party, and that when Cummings also got up and staged a protest call with tire suffering. So that message stays in the people's head, and I know that people that think directly would definitely support the Unity Party. And secondly, you can say any way you want to say it, but I will tell you that we have 95% of ICO supporting us today. And that is massive. And that is the reason why we're going to continue our work. And we want to tell the Liberian people that this is the change they want. Joseph Boakai is number 1 on the ballot. November 14, come out, exercise a constitutional right, make the right decision. Let's make the change together. Thank you so much, and I'm going to be leaving you guys. Good night, guys. I have to go. It's 3:51 here, and I have a trip to Grand Bassa early morning. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, my fellow Miami. My fellow Miamians, thanks a lot. So
let Maggie finish her point now.
Come again?
No, I'm not.
Maggie had to finish her point.
Okay.
As I was saying, I was going to be disappointed if ACO was going to go the other way. For one fact, what happened to them the day CDC marched on them, beat them, stoned them, tear gas them. It was alleged that they had the president of the Republic of Liberia, I said alleged, order people to tear gas so he can pass. And for ICO to support him in this runoff, it was going to be something that even worse than what Cummings taking a neutral side. So I had no doubt in ACOB coming towards the rescue team, especially from what I saw on that day. And I think they understood our message.
But Mikey, well, how important is this endorsement of ACOS to
It's
the
huge.
Unity Party?
It's huge. Nobody can downplay it. It's very, very. You saw the people. Vasco, put your hands down, please. You saw the people today. It's very, very huge, and we
Okay.
appreciate them.
Thank you.
And we not only today coming to endorse the Unity Party, we ask them to work along with us from village to village, town to town, corner to corner.
Thank you.
Yeah, Nelson,
Thanks
I
a
wanted to ask my question, but you wasn't here, so
Sandy,
that's
take your
Put
question.
your hand down.
Okay, let's hear who is the question going to? Who is the question directed at?
It just going to every one of them here. Because all of them saying they speak
keep
one
it.
word. All of them saying the same old thing.
Nelson, the reason why I don't think it's a good idea, like
So
for instance, right?
listen,
I have
guys,
a
let's do
journalism
this. I
background.
want us to make
If Vasco spoke,
guys, let's do this.
and I decided
Let's do
asking
this.
questions every time based on my background, I was not going to make the show about the show.
I just
I
speaking
chose
it.
to stay by
No, listen, let's do this. Let's do this.
Are you
Let's
the
do this.
moderator, Vasco?
No, guys.
No, be ask Legend. Legend
We started the show on a good note, and I think
because
we
Vasco.
like that.
The moment
we
it's
have
everything
folks just
changed.
coming in. No, Mikey. We have folks just coming in.
Just one question.
Vasco, if you ask a question and I ask a question, we'll just take the show off the right course. The show is going very well. If you ask a question, I will want to ask a question.
So man, you have
Vasco, that's your question there. Your next time to speak.
Yeah, when it's your time to speak, then you just conclude with your question. How about that? Yeah, conclude with your
Cindy,
question.
can you go ahead, please? I think Nelson going again.
Imagine if I wanted to ask everybody a question here. I can ask everybody a question here every time.
Exactly, Legend.
I have that training.
I mean, that's Cindy. Go
Well,
ahead.
You got no question to ask me.
I have a lot of questions to ask you, but I won't because it's not going to go with the flow of the
Can you
program.
Please, mute, please.
So where he can talk.
Thank you. It's not wise that he asks a question.
All right. So look, on the issue of the ACO endorsing the UP, it's a big one. I want to thank the leadership of the ACO political institution, meaning the standard bearer, Lieutenant Kamara and his team, for recognizing the ills in the country and for living up to their, to their characters, their decision to ensure that there is a better Liberia. I do not like to talk about sectional institutions or sectional political activities, but we can all agree. We can all agree here that the ACO is majority. I mean, is mostly occupied by our brothers and sisters from the Islamic background. And if we agree to that, then we can also say that most of them are usually individual engaged in private businesses. Like the Madigo people, they are, mostly business owners. Over the last 6 years in Liberia, we can see how owning business in Liberia is complicated. The private sector has been destroyed. In fact, the environment to do business in Liberia has become extremely difficult. And I speak to that because I'm a business owner myself. I own a business, a transportation business in Liberia, and I will tell you, it has been very, very challenging to operate in Liberia.
That the topic?
Vasco, you will mute, you will be professional. I will not interrupt you, and I'm going to proceed. Thank you very much. So with that, those individuals, they understand the suffering in the country. And that's why their endorsement today is huge. And we cannot ignore that. There's a huge sections of our brothers and sisters from the Muslim community that will come out to support the JMB and the rescue train mission. The rescue mission. And that is good for our country. Mr. Weah can go ahead and take a few portion of the ACO political party, but we can tell from the endorsement ceremony today that majority that believe in Mr. Lucini Camara show up. And when folks show up, it speaks volume. They believe in their leader, and they will come out to support the rescue mission. And we look forward to that. I have no issue with who go here and who go here. But let's also accept reality. What we see today, what we saw today or yesterday in Liberia, is that most of the people from the ACO side follow their leader, follow the decision of their leader. And that is important. And we must respect that. And we must acknowledge that. So congratulations to the ACO team and congratulations to the rescue mission for receiving so far the biggest endorsement in the country. Thank you.
Alfred?
Yeah, thank you. If anyone thinks that the endorsement today, yesterday by ACO in Liberia is just a mere game or way of trying to gain political relevance, you might be joking. The last time I checked, ACO is one of the oldest political parties in our modern political dispensation. 1997, you have the late Alhaji G.V. Nkrumah. Now 2006, you still have Alhaji G.V. Nkrumah. So when it comes to standing in the political the democratic process in Liberia in terms of political parties, you can count on ACO. So for me, I respect the leadership of ACO, and I like the direction they are taking. And if anybody think that we are joking with this election, you must find to hire yourself, because the talent that ACO is bringing to the train is not for fun. People just sitting here, they're just looking at Mr. Lucini Camara alone. But the guys that are around Mr. Lucini Camara, they're not for fun. They are qualified Liberians who are ready to join the train to make Liberia a better place for all of us. So for me, I'm just so excited and ecstatic about the move. And we are calling on those that are sitting on the fence. I'm talking about individuals who are sitting on the fence, because unlike ACO, ANC, and ANC, CCP, they're gone already. They know where around again. They're gone already. So for ACO, I think this is the right thing to do for Liberia. And I just want to say thank you to Mr. Camara. I hope that he will continue. In fact, I will call him tonight to be one of our poll watchers in the whole balance belt to make sure that our votes are protected. To make sure that our votes are protected in those areas. Thank you.
Go ahead, Teray.
All right. Thank you so very much. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I totally agree with Sandy. I said this. Matter of fact, when this endorsement came about to be a thing, which was yesterday, when the rumors were obviously speculating that was going to happen. But just a couple of weeks back, I knew exactly ACO are not going to go any other way but Unity Party. And our next president, Honorable Joseph Boakai, made that abundantly clear today. That ACOB and Unity Party, there's a mutual understanding there. You know what I mean? So, in short, matter of fact, he said this endorsement ceremony it's like a coming home a ceremony, and that's exactly what it is. Because if you look at the founder of both parties, I mean, they all hail from the same Kwadu Boni district. You know what I mean? So I knew that was gonna happen, and I know exactly like that group of people that I belong to. We don't get into anything based on what you're gonna give us. We go in it with our conviction. All right. There was no amount of money that President George Manan would have made available to ACOB that were gonna sway them. You know what I mean? From looking at everything that's happening in our country, that they were going to, I mean, suppose CDC. And I know our friend and brother Molba, I mean, insinuated that the incident that happened during our closing ceremony, when CDC talks went and brutalized ACO partisans and vandalized their their property, cars, almost 60 cars were damaged. That did not have absolutely nothing to do with this decision. And I don't want people to look at that incident to say, oh, that's what that broke the camel's back. No, that had absolutely nothing to do with it. Plus, that man was that absolutely. I just couldn't see ACO supporting CDC. Absolutely not. So it's a match made in heaven. And that was just, put out there. But I totally agree with Sandy. This is the biggest endorsement. CDC really wanted this. They wanted this so badly. And it went the right way.
Thank you.
You're doing well.
Go ahead, Trouble.
Mickey.
Vasco, go ahead.
My rescue Trouble. Vasco already spoke.
Good evening to everybody and good morning to our listeners, depending on your locale around the world. First, I want to start with this whole Cummings thing, and I think you guys saw me laughing. I was reading a post somebody made, put on Facebook, and it said, "If you are my friend, be my friend. If you are my enemy, be my enemy. Stay one place and stop confusing the thunder." Thunder that will fire you, stay one place and start confusing the thunder. It goes to Cummings, right? When I speak, people say, "Mickey, you too abrasive or you too rash." But no, I'm blunt and I'm straight to the point. I cut through the chase. I'm not here to polish your ego, and I'm not here to celebrate your feelings. I give a damn. I don't care. So listen, man. Cummings is the only politician in my lifetime in Liberian politics that I know that have got 9 lives. And he keep abusing those 9 lives, and he keep taking advantage of them. But there comes a point when the people becomes fed up and they dash you aside. And one thing I learned, I come to understand that Cummings doesn't have the argument to lead Liberia. Because for the mere fact that you will not pick up all of these mistakes of yours and learn from them to not make them, and you keep making them, it shows that you do not have the argument to lead Liberia. And it's so good that we didn't make you president, because that is a narcissistic behavior. If it's not you, it shouldn't be anybody else. So you just told us that you do not care. How can a politician, look, in the Western world, in America, a politician will seize upon that opportunity? How can you make mistakes like in succession? It doesn't make any sense. You understand? Cummings doesn't have the people at heart. All those things are Cummings doing in our Liberian parlance, that vla. Cummings only wants power, and people like that, when you give them power, they're going to do nothing with it. This guy only wants power. So let's disregard that whole Cummings thing. I told you initially, Cummings was a dead man walking. And y'all say, "Oh, Mickey, don't say that to the man." I've been vindicated through his actions and through the people's responses and reactions to him the past election. But now to the issue of ACOB. Look, listen, first of all, let me tell you something. When we come here for serious business. Liberia is at a crossroad. We are not here to play around. Haven't you people noticed that everybody that come on the show, whether on Spoon Talk or our Late Night Politics, representing CDC, they all seem like they drank from the same cup. They act and behave the same way. Their school of thought is of the same line. They tread the same line. Listen, man, the empty drum makes the loudest noise. Just because you try to interrupt people here and there, it doesn't mean you actually making sense. So let us not be distracted. Let's focus on the mission. I'm military. It's called mission focus, right? Let's deal with the issue of ACOB tonight, man. If anybody for once would think that the endorsement of ACOB for Unity Party is a blip, then you have got to get your head examined. First of all, those people believe in tradition. They believe in following the eldest, and they believe in acknowledging the direction of their leaders. Those people, not just their faith and their tradition, they speak in one accord. There will always be deviant people. You will always have people who will be belly driven whatsoever. But in the generality of things, these people follow lockstep, follow the leader. And you know the numbers. Like the Mandingo or ethnic group, they make up a very large size in our population. So, and all the things that people say, oh, you mean nothing, ACOB split, look, that's scare tactics. They understand what the endorsement holistically means for Unity Party in this process. So let us not listen to all these empty drum and all the noise. If we sit here and give Vasco 2-3 hours to expatiate or to make claims here, it would be the worst presentation in the history of public functions. So let us not pay Vasco any mind. Let us keep the focus. Let us focus on selling our candidate. JMB, JKK is the solution for Liberia. Let us not be carried away by the legs of Vasco and other people who came here or who will come here every day to repeat the same thing and make absolutely no sense.
Thank you. So since no, Nelson is still napping. Everybody said everything about ACOB already. I'm not just gonna be something. So Vasco say he had a question. Let he ask his question, then we'll go to Legend.
Thank you for being fair. You see, when we come on this show, you guys represent the Unity Party. I'm the only person here that represent the CDC. I respect your view. I come here, I don't attack any of you on the show. I don't say any crossword to anybody here.
That's a lie. You can tell us that we are liars. That's attack. You attack our person, you call us liars.
I said what you said. Okay, give me a chance. Now you say I can interrupt, but you acting like a late child right now. So if I
said you just said something.
Oh God.
I was brought on this show
Mickey, you said we should not be distracted by the brother. So just hold your peace and ask this question.
So only Nelson can take me from this show. So respect my view. I respect your view. Start attacking, because if you attack me, I will come back.
Are you asking your question, Vasco?
More firepower. No, I don't want to say something, because every time you bring Mickey, you're saying this and that. But I got more firepower than Mickey.
Okay.
So that people can listen to our view. Let us give it. So today will just be the warning. The next time anybody attack you on the show,
30 seconds.
Brutal. So let me give you guys my question.
You got 30 seconds left.
My question is this. ALP, right now we have a factional ALP, because we saw the chairman going to the Unity Party, endorsing the Unity Party, and I saw all of you Unity partisans say, oh, ALP going to the Unity Party. And the next day we saw the standard bearer and on the group. As for me, I classify that group as a factional ALP. But I hear all of y'all saying ACOB. And we know very well that ACOB is divided. ACOB stand and vice standard bearer today pledges support to CDC. So the ACOB that you people boasting of, is that ACOB the entire ACOB, or is a factional ACOB? That's my question.
I can answer that question for you. I can answer that question. Nobody need to react to you. I can react to you. Okay? So, based on what you just explained,
Yeah.
You know very well, and you watch the program today. The entire leadership, the entire structure of the ACO pledge their support to the Unity Party. So
what the entire structure?
Let him
I
land.
tell you didn't follow. You didn't follow.
What you asking me to say the entire structure? Asking you what's the entire structure? Because I saw the vice standard bearer.
Vasco, you asked a question. I don't think you asked a question.
And
You can't ask more than one question. You just ask a
and let's be
answering it.
yeah. Let's be honest with each other.
But is this a factional?
You shouldn't have live.
Is this a factional ACO? I want to know how sincere you guys
Okay,
are.
so you want to disrupt the show? Let him talk.
Let me say this. Vasco.
Jesus Christ.
There is no such thing as factional or fashion in the ACO, as far as I'm concerned. Because what we saw yesterday, if there was a deep fashion, as you claim, in the ACO, the reception would have shown from the people that attended the program. So the facts are there. You watch the video, you watch the program and everything. You saw the amount of people that came out. So if there was a deep fashion, as you claim, within the ACO, the people would not have attended. They wouldn't have come out. That's what we are saying to you. There is no such thing as fashion within the ACO.
Let me get 10 seconds.
Don't hang your head, my brother. There is no such thing as fashion.
So how you look at the ALP too? ALP.
Vasco, the reason why there's a reason why the program was held at ACOB's office today. The leader of an institution usually have the biggest contingent, and it showed clearly the people that were behind the leader, Mr. Lucine Camara, were the bigger bunch of ACOB, and everyone knows it. He endorsed Unity Party. But this is what I'm going to tell you, Vasco. There is something called common sense. It is because of what they call common. Just be quiet. Let me speak. There's something called common sense. And the reason why people that say belong is a lot more popular is what we call common sense.
Okay, so guys,
today,
sorry.
When he spoke, Nelson, I want to land on this.
Nelson, thank you for coming because
when they had the last section, when Edwin Snow spoke, he said they were to have a election today. People who will win their seat again will be people that get likes of DeLong. It's because of common sense. He's not the most educated, but common sense, when you don't apply it, life gives you heart, and that's how you think. So common sense should tell you that the leader had a program at his site, at his facility. The other people, they could not have a program there because the leader was occupying the facility. So that's a common sense answer.
Thank you. Okay, so I think we've had everyone go around the table with this point, right? I mean,
10 seconds, please.
Yeah.
Okay. So
and what place you coming from?
Yeah. So Mickey, you're always disrupting, my man.
I want to know where you coming from. You went MIA. I want to know where you coming from.
I'm in Miami, but let me say this. Okay, so I see Toure, you want to make a quick point. We'll give you 20 seconds.
Yeah,
please. And we'll do. Okay, so Toure, go ahead. Just do that quickly. So we're about to wrap up now.
So Vasco, obviously in any organization there will be people that will be disgruntled because of their association with there were 3 elements in that whole ACOB stuff that were kind of like troubled a little bit about the party's decision to endorse the Unity Party. And these are usual suspects, and these are guys that work in this your current CDC government. That's Ali Sila and the party chairman Ansu Dole, right? But Dole, because like Mickey stated, this is culture, this is religion. Like we really take all that belief into that. So the elder spoke with Ansu. It was.
Yeah. So just a quick interruption, Toure. You are doing your closing now, and we're gonna have it go around. Just 2 minutes closing each. Yeah. 2 minutes to close it.
And you saw what happened. Look, so that de facto there, right? There are a lot of people, like for me, I'm not a registered member of ACO, but I contribute to ACO. All right, I pay to ACO. Okay, So even though I'm not a registered member, but I pay due to ACOB. You know, that is a commitment there. All right. So a lot of us like that, even some seditions, they pay due to ACOB. That is just something that is entrenched in us. So the guys that went over there today to go do what they did over there, like Musa Sharif, the owner of Strong FM, the guys they fell because ACOB did not pick him to actually carry them on their ticket. He went over there. He's not even a member of ACOB at that point. But he went there to go endorse you guys on behalf of who? On behalf of ACOB. Come on, man. Let's try to look at these things and look at the
20 seconds.
You know, so don't beg on that. That's nothing. At the end of the day, our leaders make decisions and people follow suit. I mean, you definitely gonna have some trouble, you know, or this gone to element within any association, and that's normal and that's fine, you know. By the end of the day, the leadership goes and all of its constituents follow.
So Ture, in short, what you are doing in your closing now is that you are saying the people who went to endorse the CDC are the disgruntled elements.
Yeah, but it's just few of them. It's not even 5, 6 of, bro. You saw the press conference. I'm glad that Spoon actually cared. They didn't even have any program sheet. They literally just went in there and started making stuff up. I mean, go back to the tape. Go back. They didn't have any itinerary. They literally just called people because they wanted to cause what we call distraction. That's exactly what it was. But we saw the genuine endorsement. We saw what that was. So at the end of the day, CDC is distributing money out there. It's an opportunity for people to go and grab some money. You know, when you get the people that were there, they will come back, they will vote for Unity Party. Come on, if you get money, he gets state money going over the place. That taxpayer money, you think I'll not go for some too?
Okay, let's hold you there, Ture, and take Shirley to do her closing. Shirley, 2 minutes. You are muted. Okay.
So what am I doing again? Start, Abigail.
You're doing your closing. Just anything closing.
My closing. Our people, our Liberian people, I just want to speak to all of you for a second. Coming November 14th is the election day and your vote count. So I am begging you, as you take your time to go and vote, remember that you are voting for your children's future. So make sure you vote number 1. Remember, if you try to vote number 2, there is an invalid vote. So make sure.
No, number 2 is not invalid vote.
Make sure.
Number 2 may not be the number you favor, but it's not an invalid vote.
I'm sorry, Nelson. Okay, I'll take that back. Do not vote number 2. Simple English. Vote number 1. Because if you vote number 1, you are voting for your children's future. Better education. Good health care. We want to take our children back to Liberia where we have an airport that we can be proud of. We want to take investors to Liberia where we are not ashamed of our airport. We are not ashamed of our roads, and we are not ashamed of our country. Listen, there are a lot of people, a lot of young people that are dying from childbirth. You want to stop that? Vote number 1. You want to stop people dying in the hospital because they don't have better health system? Vote number 1. Simple English.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Shirley. Let's take Alfred. Alfred, do your closing quickly, sir. 2 minutes.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm looking at my time here. Let me speak to our Liberian people.
So you say your own time, you don't trust my time. You said
but yes, on a serious note, Nelson, I want to say thank you again for always giving me the opportunity to be on the platform. It's not a right, it is a privilege. But we are talking about Liberia, and I know all of us here love Liberia on our hearts. And so I love to speak to our people who have got the privilege to vote on November 14th. I hope that in the country to be able to vote. But I want to say this to you. If you love Liberia, if you 6 years, look at your life right now, and add 6 more years to it. If you are 25, you'll be almost 30 years in 2029. What future do you want to see before 2029? So we're asking you, all the first-time voters who are 18 years old, 6 years after your age, you'll be around 24, 25, 26. And if you are still in high school, you might not even have the opportunity to go to college if you give Joshua the opportunity to be president again, because you'll not even have the money. That free education thing you're talking about, there is no structure for free education in Liberia. They say get out, you go to school in college. No structure. They just say go to school. They pay wire fee, but no structure. We are telling you that the alternative for a new Liberia, where you can be hopeful, when you graduate from high school, you can say to yourself, I am leaving my parents' house now, I can make it on my own. That's the kind of Liberia we want. Well, when you finish high school at age 18, you can say, I am able to take care of myself, because you know there are jobs out there that you can go and find and make you an independent person. Our young women will not have to go and lay down with other men to be able to succeed. We want a country that is workable for all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. You exceeded the 2 minutes, but that's
Vasco.
okay. Then let's take Vasco.
Okay, thank you so much. Let me speak to my partisan. I want you guys to relax. All seditions, we got this. This election is already in our favor. I can tell you the mistake that was made during the first round, we are going after everything. As I can see my Gibi, I see Nathaniel Mangale and Nukwe working together, and we know there's going to be a massive defeat for the Unity Party over there. Lofakante, I can tell you for sure, the whole Kwande Boni belt, we have already captured our entire Mandingo belt. Is going to be on our side. And tomorrow, please, they're going to be tomorrow will be the best endorsement ever. Because this endorsement from the CPP is the entire executive committee. There will be no noise on the side. There will be no faction on the other side. It will not be like the ACOB, the guy, another faction, so endorsing CDC, and the guy, another group, the Standard Bearer guy on the group, and the Vice Standard Bearer guy on the group. But tomorrow, the entire CPP will be endorsing the CDC tomorrow at the 19th Street Party headquarters. So we hope tomorrow be a very good day for us. So we want all of our people to come out. Vote number 2, that's the best number. Thank you. We did it 2017, number 2, and we're going to repeat.
Thank you. Thanks a
They
lot.
had to split 1%.
So then we will take Toure. Oh no, Toure Day is closing already.
Legend.
So
Cindy,
Legend
right?
did his. So we take Cindy.
No, not yet.
Mickey have not done a closing either.
No, Legend, go ahead.
All right, guys, listen. Some people suffer from what we call selective amnesia. Some people, meaning they want to remember what they want to remember, and other things they care not to remember. But Vasco, you try to play yourself indirectly
but
here.
Man, why you can leave me a deal with your issues?
You spoke. No one interrupted you. That's the problem we have with you. And
I will interrupt you when you call my name. Did I call anybody?
No, Vasco, let's
please stop.
Vasco, they can't read your call man.
You have to wait for your turn.
Let's stop that.
I can call your name. See, you cannot use to organize and structure intellectual discussion.
I'm not the one I want to be president.
No, Vasco, you are interrupting. Vasco, please mute.
It's my
Kindly
turn.
mute, Vasco.
Try to
Go
get used
ahead.
to constructive engagement. That's what we are doing here. So here's the thing I wanted to bring to your mind. First of all, what you fail to realize, post-war Liberia, I am the youngest Liberian to broadcast a program live on TV and radio, the entire Liberian national team games. Post-war, I'm speaking English, so just listen so you can learn. Post-war Liberia, I'm the youngest Liberian after the war to broadcast again live on TV. So you can't tell me anything about comportment. I'm very well composed. But here's why our people are not going to vote George Weah, and they will drift, and they are drifting to the opposition that we all tend to support on this platform. If you look at America, you look at us young people here, we are all independent. We can fend for ourselves. So we do not have to fess up, or we do not have to succumb to pressure because we are struggling and hungry, like our people in Liberia, who your president, George Weah, calls Miami. Instead of comparing Liberia to country closer to Liberia in terms of proximity, that Liberia is not even able to be equated to like Ghana, Accra, or even Abidjan. Monrovia cannot be equated to that, but because of limitation, he chose to compare Monrovia with Miami. If that's not insanity or delusion, then I don't know what delusion is. But the president of the US is limited. So because of those reasons, we are going to win the second round. And then before I conclude, I'm going to conclude on this, Nelson, my last minutes. From the head to the tail of this government, look at what we have as Liberia. Very lopsided meaning one-sided government, predominantly Southeastern people running the entire country, very tribalistic and very sectionalist president, George Weah. President, Southeast. The Chief Justice, Southeast. The Deputy Speaker, Southeast. The Senate Pro Tem, Southeast. Finance Minister, Southeast. Maritime Boss, Southeast. Defense Minister, Southeast. LRA Boss, Southeast. CBL, Southeast. CBL Deputy Boss, Southeast. Police Director, Southeast.
Please spare us on the Southeast. Please spare us on the Southeast.
Yeah. So even if you want me to just sum it up right here, that tells you this country's president is very much of a sectionalist and very tribalistic. All the people, and I was speaking, I'm a Southeasterner. Liberia is time to diversify our country. We have many counties and not just the Southeast. So our people, they are going to vote for a leader who is openly stating to us he's going to decentralize Liberia and not have the country centered on one part of the country. So I'll retire here and I'll turn it on to you guys.
Okay, thank you. So
legend, Alhamdulillah, legend.
Maggie.
Alhamdulillah.
I'm calling my own name. Okay, my Liberian people,
Yeah, see, Mama, we need to bring him on. He said he's in the back.
The position I'm in now, my computer is off. So bringing mobile on will be a difficult thing for me, actually. I wish there was a power bank that could power a computer, but I only have a power bank here that can power a cell phone, so I can bring it on my cell phone.
Said they don't have, but they want to be talking about government.
So sorry, Mobile. Sorry, Mobile.
Nelson, I'm coming. Those who concluded already.
Okay, James is there to help out. Okay. James. Yeah, Mikey, you're coming. Mikey, hold on a bit. Sorry, Mikey. James, you are there? Are you there, James?
Yes, I said those who concluded if they want for mobile to come in, they can give way for mobile to come in.
Okay, but then you can remove Eston. Eston already said it. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
James,
James came in to help me. Thank God James came in because the whole show now
James, what's up, man?
Good day. Don't put me in the bag again.
Go ahead, Maggie. Yeah, that's I guess.
Okay, my Liberian people. We had few days to make for you guys to make the biggest decision that would change our country in the right direction. I have a scorecard that I created.
Mama, you are distracting us, man. You just came with a pot of beans and bread. You come from eating midnight. Go ahead, Mikey. Take your 2 minutes start. Go ahead.
Whatever, man.
Class start all over, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
You stop. We gotta go.
Who said we gotta go? My Liberian people, you have the biggest decision to make on the 14th, November 14th. Vote number 1 for better leadership, better education, better development. If you vote the other way, no job creation, you can point to one job that President we have brought in the last 6 years. Let's look at our health care. As we on a spoon right now, a pregnant woman is giving birth in JFK on the floor. No beds. Our children are not given the proper vaccination.
Okay.
In a country from kindergarten at age 5. When you start kindergarten, you're supposed to start to have shots. I don't know what our healthcare are doing for the kids from kindergarten to 12th grade. I'm a nurse. I'm a pediatrician nurse. The beginning of every school year, our children are getting vaccination to protect them against diseases, against viruses.
Okay. 20 seconds. Go ahead. Go ahead, Mikey.
Against a whole lot of stuff. But we have a president that had turned the country upside down. Sanitation, the country is dirty. Like what we call in Liberia, hold your nose and pass. No road, no safe drinking water.
10 seconds.
Electricity, we on the spoon neck where how many times Karishma light go off? Please, we doing and do this for you. Do this for your children. Do this for your children's future. We come on spoon not because of ourselves, but because of you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mikey. Thank you. So we take
Sandy,
right? Okay. Sandy, go ahead.
Oh, I just Sandy finish talking you.
Sandy was in the back.
You don't even have ambulance. Sorry.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Forgot that part.
It has been a good show as always, and I want to thank all of you for being here tonight and the Liberian people for listening to us. I do want to leave here tonight encouraging all Liberians, no matter whether you support Mr. Cummings, you support Mr. Lucini Camara, you supported any of the opposition candidates. No matter which direction your party take, no matter which direction your political leader take, remember, we are in the opposition for a good reason, to unseat President George Manuel Weah. We are in the opposition because Mr. Weah has failed the country. We are in the opposition because our country is digressing instead of improving. Liberians are not benefiting from their resources. Our infrastructure are destroyed. The healthcare system has been destroyed. The education system is pulled. And that's why we are in the opposition community. So I say this to you. What are your leaders or your political parties join Mr. Weah? Remember, you as an individual must put Liberia first. I was supporting Mr. Alexander Benedict Cummings. When he was not favored by the Liberian people, I chose a side. I chose the rescue mission to unseat Mr. Weah. And let us all do that in the interest of our country, in the interest of generations ahead of us. Let us not be selfish with our decision. Let us make the right decision so that Liberia will do better, so that Liberian will enjoy a better Liberia, a Liberia that is deserving of all and not just for few people. So our people are saying to you, Mr. Weah is not the right choice. We know that. If you want a better education system, Mr. Weah is not the right choice. If you want your children to have a future, Mr. Weah is not the right choice. And I say also to the political parties that are joining Mr. Weah because he's making pledges. He's promising you. Know verily that he couldn't keep his promises with the other political party that joined him in 2017. And that's why most of them left. Prince Johnson left. Other political leaders left because Mr. Weah could not keep his promises. So if he couldn't keep his promises when a second-term Bay was ahead of him, do you think he's going to keep a promise when Mr. Weah's political future will end? God forbid if he's given a second term. So he's not going to keep your promises. And that's why you should not trust his promises. Mr. Weah said he was going to bring the same war crime court way before. When he won, what happened? He shut the Liberian people off. And now he's telling the CPP and others that he's going to bring war crime court. Don't believe that. That's a rhetoric. Theoretical promises that will not yield any fruit. So I say to you, as I leave here tonight, let's put Liberia first. And if we are putting Liberia first, Liberia cannot go in any good direction with Mr. George Weah. Vote number 1, vote Joseph Yuma Boakai, President of the Republic of Liberia. Thank you.
So,
great job.
Mickey?
Okay, so we take Moba. Moba, go ahead.
All right, General guys, thank you.
Okay,
ladies and gentlemen. And you forgot about General guy before Amiga dirty me again.
I'm good.
Yeah, okay, guys, thank you for the show, man. You know, you guys said it all. We're not going into that much because we already know the rescue train is moving majestically, and we still taking people. We still open to Mr. Kumi. Anytime he can make a U-turn, we there. We embracing, and we pray he make that U-turn from now to maybe before election, and he can help us to campaign massively. And I talked to the other people from the. I'm also talking to the other people from the opposition side, which is the people who think that Mr. Kumi, they must split the CPP. Someone go to Unity Party, someone go to CDC. Remember, ANC, CPP, y'all know, you guys are the one who put fire behind the government. Y'all know what our people going through. Y'all know what is going on in the country. If you guys endorse CDC, y'all be shot in your own self in the head.
Thank you.
For the Twitter. So my Liberian people, we come again tonight to appeal to all Liberians, to vote JMB, number 1, the only man that can bring change in our country. Let me conclude by saying this. To tell you that the government is 419 government, I pay my water bill in Liberia for more than 3 months. Every month I'm paying my water not in my house. To tell you this government, I'm telling you. And when you stop paying, they call you off. I'm telling you. I got my house in Liberia, I'm paying water bill. But guess what? No water coming in the house. No water. So where the money going? To tell you the government is a 419 government. So when people come here and say the truth, sedition, we don't know what some are going through back home. They just come here and spread lies
to
our people. But
That's
our people this time around, we're not in do it. We will make sure we unseat that incompetent government. I submit.
Thank you. Mickey, you can go then. Ami will take us on.
Okay. Let me sound like Charles still smoke. My fellow citizens.
I'm so done with
you.
I mean, sometimes you have to spice it up. But let me speak directly to our people. They say there comes a time in the life of everybody or a human being when he or she has to make a very bold decision. It may either be the right or wrong one, but whichever, you will only get to know if that decision have brought you immense relief or one great regret. The choice to lead your country has never been this easier. It is good versus evil. There is nothing like a middle ground. There is nothing like a gray area. You have the easiest choice. And I'm not one of those people who go and pacify and adopt, urging you to pick what is right. You know what is right for you. That's why when I speak, people say I'm abrasive, but I speak to your conscience and your heart. I speak to your everyday life. You know what's going on with you. You wear the shoes. You know where it pinches. Listen, I'm not going to beg you to vote for your children's future. I'm going to tell you, but I'm not going to beg you. Likewise, all of those leaders, you have your own political future. If you want to continue sacrificing it on the soup kitchen of your belly, go ahead and do it. But there will be a reward. Posterity will judge you for that and will judge you harshly. Now, let me tell you something. Going forward,
30 seconds.
all of us here who are here to propagate the JMB message, let us do it. And let us forget about side distractions. Let us keep the message. Vote JMB, vote JKK. They are the best option going forward. Don't listen to the noise in the market, please.
Thank you. So, Amy, you can take us home now. The rescue missionary.
Okay. Thank you. Thank
buy
you.
the
Thank
exact food. Even the not in the market, go there, get your money, buy your food that you supposed to buy, go cook it. Go ahead, mama.
So, Liberian people, you are the one who make decisions. You are the one who voted for Weah and make him president. He owed you his service. But instead, over the 6 years, Weah has acted like you owe him something, like he's doing you a favor. You cry every day what him and his government is doing to the country, people dying. Not one day he ever respect you to come stand before you and tell you how he feel your pain, how he feel what's going on in the country is wrong, how he got your back, how he would try better. Instead, he take your money, he go out of the country for 40 some more days, he come back. When he get out of the country, they tell you no rice in the country and say, you're stupid, rice here. What are you talking about? When it's scarcity, cut down the rice bread, take us on, do the one here. That's why he will tell you. That is not a leader. Your leader is supposed to respect you, not treat you like you're stupid or you're living with him. You're the one who got him looking like that. He was useless. He didn't even manage his own life. The thing that can be put on JMB. $80 million so-called. Look at the way he was looking when he came back to Liberia. Like he has never seen money in his entire life. You got him in the position he is right now. He's supposed to owe you his life, not the other way around. He can't be sending people to put rice in plastic bag at this time to come to you to be giving it to you. And you look at that and think he's doing you a favor. He think you a fool. Okay? He look at you and say you must buy CC camera and put it like you got electricity. Where you getting money from? You have 3-day phone call. He call it down so that money can be going in their pocket.
Thank you.
What more do you want this man to do for you?
One more minute for my time for tomorrow.
Rice price, it going up. The road, every job, every work that Mother Study and JMB government carry on. When he's supposed to come finish it, he taking credit for everything. When one company is not in the country, when any company want to come there, they want them to bribe them first before they come there, as if they're doing that company a favor when they're supposed to be giving the people. They come there for people to be able to work. They drive them away because they're stealing your country money. They drove look at the airport, look at the way coming into our capital city. You got people sitting over here, they enjoying other people in the government, good living. And then they're telling you over there because their boyfriend or their grandpa or their uncle in government enjoying. So they're telling you, say, it's all well. You must go, or some of them like soccer. So that soccer fan that it was fan for George Weah, they can't get over it, even though he has gotten old. He's not doing anything for any of those football players, for content meet. Look at all the talents that we have in Liberia. What is happening to them? Nothing. No youth empowerment. And then people sit here, and then the greedy politicians that told you that seen it, they can't make up their mind. They sit here and tell you, say you go vote for Weah. But I know you're not stupid. You're the one who feeding it. They can get in plane, they can send our children abroad anytime. Can you do that?
Okay.
When your children get sick, when your wife gets sick, when she's pregnant, when no medicine in the hospital, can you do that? This is the time that you stand up and say, enough is enough. JMB is going to respect you. He always said, how can you see people like this standing up and cheering for you, and then when you come there, you disappoint them? That's a curse. A man who have a heart like that, who will say something like that, is a man worth giving your vote to. It's a man
in New York.
And get rid of them. And that
Mama, you
entire
interrupting,
thing,
Mama.
and all of that girlfriends then that on social media and that uncle then that enjoy it. And when I sitting here, they one they feel like we are is doing well. Let them go sit on back home, then you can believe that. Until then, vote JMB number 1 November 14. Go to the poll, vote number 1, watch your votes. And what will happen on the 10th will not repeat itself. It comes November 15, 16, we'll be celebrating, and it'll be so we can get a new Liberia and move forward in life and start moving beyond as if we are still going in the 60s, in the 70s, or in the 1800s. Thank you.
We gotta go take that picture to New York where they get a Kobo shot, or Jamaican Kobo shot, 80 million Kobo shot.
Okay, so again, guys, I want to say thank you. Thanks to everyone for being here tonight. Thank you, Moba, for being here. Thank you, Cindy. Alfred, thanks a lot. To Ray, I want to say thank you. Mickey, thanks a whole lot. And Vasco, thanks for being here tonight again, Vasco. Though you came in a bit late, but we
leave Vasco there. Enjoy. Said the time coming Vasco.
Maggie,
when you come on, please don't forget. Just send me the link. I'll be
Vasco
watching the show.
Vote number 1.
No. What
we send you link. Enjoy it. Why you have the turn of Vasco Bluff? Enjoy the turn.
Because when I come,
no, guys, let's do this. I'm gonna add you to the chat room, Vasco. I'll add you to the chat room, the panel chat room, so that you can be there. Because once the link is created, that's the first place we
have. Vasco man and late brother, our late big brother, they man made me to eat cat. That man.
The man go kick cat. They said I mean it.
The man said I was chicken.
But I sweet that bit.
We finish eating the thing that the man. We finish eating the thing that make it all. Be patient. Water to drink. We drank the thing. He let the food digest everything. Then the man said, and you say you get eat cat.
Put the green frown.
My man, I put my finger in my toe. The man said that thing.
Again, I want to say thank you.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
This son of a swine, the heathen. He is such an idiot that he doesn't even have.
What are you
doing? Every time I see that thing, I want family.
Come again, you say
they better look at the president. The president black, that a monkey.
Tomorrow, I want to play something for me tomorrow. Because you say everything, we should send it to you. Can I send it to you on WhatsApp, or where should I send it?
Yeah, WhatsApp.
That's how I was saying my own. I was saying my own.
All right, folks.
So we have the vote.
You got fashion Akko. Your Akko na fashion Akko.
Vasco said number 1.
James thanks a lot.
This son of a swine, the heathen.
He
is such an idiot that he doesn't even have the confidence to stand up and tell the people what is happening in the country, what he's doing, what he's doing about the bad economy, the issue of increase.
Let's listen to the thing.
Can you play it, please?
We play it one more time, James.
This son of a swine, the heathen. He is such an idiot that he doesn't even have the confidence to stand up and tell the people what is happening in the country, what he's doing about the bad economy, the issue of the increased wave of rape and sexual violence in the country. He has said absolutely nothing. But all he able to do is to go stand in that stupid thing he built called church and talk nonsense to people. What kind of man is this? What kind of man is this? This is not leadership. And so how can you talk nicely to that kind of man? You just causes shit out of him. You damn dirty dog. Piece of shit like you damn idiot from Gibraltar. If somebody who got no value, they can say whatever. They're so damn stupid. They have no training. They're uncouth. That's what it is. So George Weah is two things. He's a damn countryman. He's a native man, part like myself. But he's a damn countryman because he ain't got no freaking values. He ain't no shit. He ain't no aim from Bullfrog. And y'all took this idiot with the help of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and made him president of the republic. Instead of the man addressing key issues that affect the country, he goes to that nonsense called a church and he talks rubbish. Look, the president of your country, that Pipi Passama Swan, that is George Weah, telling the Liberian people who took an idiot like him and made him president, and he tell you people say, you're complaining, all day you're complaining.
The
woman serve an excuse for him to steal our money to pay a horse. They dead it dog. Woman serve an excuse to buy car for Jackie Apia. Woman serve an excuse to put a wife in our budget to give her 1.5 million a year. They send him a swan. They Billy good president. Woman accept his excuse to make Nathaniel McGill, that dog belly boy from Babulu Country, a multi-millionaire. Woman accept that excuse. Samuel Tuwe, that other intellectual fraudster, 419 man, the chief architect of their corruption network. We must accept the excuses to steal our $25 million under the pretext of a map-up exercise. That the excuses we must accept. That the excuses they send them someone, they dead the door, Joe, we say, we must accept. That's what we must accept from him. Y'all listen to Billy Good.
The president of Billy Good. We better listen to him.
I'll show you.
My man, back, go to the back. Already.
Let's listen to the president.
I travel the world. I live in the best city in the West. Saying I know shit.
Hey, keep me your country.
You travel the world. You interacted with some of the most civilized people in the world. Say your state damn country, Gibraltar pig. Your state damn country pig. No, you don't got no etiquette. You don't got no values. You gamble all your damn money. You womanize. You take cocaine. You do all kind of shit. You're fucked your ass. And you sit there and say, hey, I've traveled the world. I've lived in Google City. Who the hell wants to know where you live? How can you be poor when you get going down in your backyard? Listen to that asshole. My boy, y'all listen to the man. The man said we're not poor because we are going down in our backyard. So we're not poor.
Nelson, come here. This is nighttime.
He's showing himself what a selfish son of a bitch he is. Listen to this asshole. You're not poor. Why are you complaining that you're poor? You get going down in your backyard. Go get your damn cutlass and hole and shit and dig the damn going down up. This is what the asshole is saying to us. We're not poor because we got going down in our backyard. Y'all listen to this son of a swan. You hear that ashtray? You're not poor. You get palm trees. You get coconut trees. Then you complaining. What are you complaining for? They dead the door yet? How the hell were you poor when you have palm tree and coconut tree too? You just we are. Only recently when you had nothing before becoming president. The man telling us you're not poor because you get coconut tree, you get palm tree, you got going down in your backyard, so you're not poor. This guy is a stupid dog. That's what he is. This guy. I ain't putting no. I'm not eating cosmetic size in it. And now I say tell your children to go away from this live podcast because I want to cuss the guy in the public domain where people can hear. I don't want to cuss it to myself because of myself, yay. It's not for me, it's for you to yay. So that tens of thousands of people can watch the video so they can yay. This man is telling the Liberian people who are catching shit that they're not poor because they got coconut tree and they got palm tree and they got going down in their backyard. So they're not poor. Listen to this. He said that? You hear me? He said that you say nothing, you say you're poor. You got coconut tree, you got palm tree. Look at that Billy Good.
In 10 months from now, we will have a new president in the Mason. His son not playing for America. His girlfriend not in Ghana. He ain't got children all over the place. All his family right here. He's been married for 50 years. He's a family man. He's a deacon in the church. He is not a fake pastor. He's a truly decent, honorable, humble man. And when he becomes president, he will lift this country up, and then he will prepare us, the young people, and he will turn it over to us. And together, we will take this country, and we'll move with this country, and Liberia will become what it can be, that sweet land of liberty. Not sweet land of liberty for a few people, not sweet land.
So,
wow.
That was incredible.
Where's our brother? Where's our brother Vasco?
Vasco run away. We have to catch me that
he put a bait on the hook, they throw in the water, they catch.
Okay, guys, I want to say thank you, man.
You are a dirty, nasty Gibraltar pig. P-I-G. If you don't know how to spell pig, P-I-G, pig. That's what you are. A dirty, nasty, sleazy scum of the earth, Gibraltar pig, who will steal.
James, my man, okay now.
Thank you, good day. Oh, I love it.
No, tomorrow before we come on, Jim, tomorrow to play the video. That'll be on the radio. Play the video.
On the radio. Without this,
Nelson not let it go raw.
Nelson, this is a late night. Relax.
So Nelson is good to play.
Now I know that Nelson is an honor cover sedition.
I know. Key tomorrow. Tomorrow be almost 1 o'clock.
But look, they
tomorrow. I see you're gonna stand by.
So guys,
we have to go away internationally.
Good night. Good night to everyone.
End the show.
Nelson, thank you, man. James, thank you, brother.
Yeah, taking your order.
You know, I
remove all the men one by one.
I'm removing you guys.
Them one by one.
Let me just say the
go play on your show, yeah? Go play on your show.
James,
Go play on your show.
Go play when Tommy said he will support the opposition when he win.
Yeah,
when he didn't win.
Go play on your show.
Not to find a job.
Gentlemen, good night. Good night. James,
good night.
Good night, James. Good night, James. Good night.
Anybody who believes that we are is a savior and that is going to vote for we are, they are a stupidician. I do not regret calling them that. That's what they are. With all that we see in the country, and anybody who continues to think that George Weah is their savior and George Weah will redeem them, that person deserves to be called what they are, a stupidician. That person has decided to resign their God-given intelligence and take up a cortex, and they have assumed an ideology of courtism. You are a member of a courtist organization. That anybody would be following this man after all that he's done as president for 5 years, and you yet believe that he is a good man. You do not have rights to feed your kids, and you sit there and you say he's a good leader, and he tells you those who say rights is not in the country, they are lying. They are opposition. It's street gossip when even his own people cannot find rights to eat. And you call this man a leader? He is not a leader. He is a joker. He is a joker. And if you call him a savior, then you are doomed. You are doomed.